Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we in our game? It's not logical, but you...
Yeah, well, it's saying 36 on the screen right now, so. Am I live? Hello? No way. No, it went back to 3 minutes. Am I live? Am I here? Did it? Hi! Welcome to game 2 and the overnight shift if you're in Toronto. This reminds me of when I was a radio host in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and used to work 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. every single night, and I kind of love it. I'm at the studio. I got my Jesse mug. Coffee's ready to go. And the Thatcher Demko-less Vancouver Canucks. How are we feeling about this? One time for Thatcher Demko, like that song. It literally was. That's brutal. He was unbelievable in the last game. Now, I don't feel like anything is going to wreck Vancouver's vibe. Casey DeSmith has had some playoff experience, and I think things are going to be good. But I got to say, losing Thatcher doesn't feel great. And I think the keys to the game tonight, by the way, welcome everybody. Hi. Keys to the game tonight? Just Vancouver's got to play their own game. We didn't get enough shots. We picked the most boring series to watch, except for Vancouver fans and Nashville fans who will watch their team no matter what. But let's be honest, Nashville fans, you guys play low-event hockey, and it's kind of boring sometimes. And that kind of lends itself to Nashville's game. Casey DeSmith, last 10 starts, 4-5-1 with a 294 goals against average and an 888 save percentage. You know, that kind of sucks, but I'll be honest, it's the playoffs, so it sort of doesn't matter. So hi everybody. I'm just gonna check in. Who's here? Let's talk to people in the chat here. Tyler Myers is out too, which is an important one. He is big every time he steps on the ice, and he actually was we make fun, but he was a real factor in the game. The NHL kind of going back to size has been a real and legitimate thing. It's a real it's an unbelievable kind of transition because like 5 years ago everybody's going for the smallest amount or the smallest person possible, get some shiftiness in there or whatever. No, not anymore. And the Vancouver Canucks have a history of having injured goalies in the playoffs. I think Corey Schneider was injured in game 1 in 2015. I want to say maybe 2014. It's a long time ago. Yeah, listen, we're gonna have some fun. And we're going to get into this game as soon as they possibly can. Now, the one thing that we do have to sit through is the national anthem, which I really wish they didn't make us watch. But you know what? We'll get jacked. We'll get excited. Amazing Kook 143. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the super chat. Rangers made it close. Heart palpitations. Tampa Bay, Florida still fighting. Gio already gave up a goal to the Jets. I want a historic game today. I think we're going to get a good game because I think, obviously, with DeSmith in the net, I think Vancouver is going to be completely amped up. Plus, you guys heard the crowd and saw the crowd for the last game, and it's like, I don't know. I got to be honest, it was one of the craziest crowds I've ever seen. And Nick Andrade, who's the producer for the CJ Show, was talking about it, and he said it was so emotional, like it was so loud and so crazy that he almost teared up, which I think is cool. You know, it really says something. So anyway, welcome everybody. Natalie, I don't know if that's my wife, Natalie, but Natalie says go Leafs go. So I'm hoping that might be my wife, Natalie. It might be somebody else's wife too. You don't know. Could be. There's lots of Natalies in the world, so we're not really sure. Thank you, honey, if it's you. If it's not, well, thank you, somebody else's honey then. Just going into the chat here. Look at this. Okay, so here's what I need to know. All right. If you're in the chat right now, we're kind of warming up for the game. I need to know what you think the score is going to be. I know there's Preds fans here. I know you're going to want a winning score. I want to know, guys, what you think the score is going to be tonight. I'm feeling like 4-2 was a solid sort of start for them. I think Nashville is going to try to clamp down on what happened in the third period, which was basically the Dakota Joshua show. What a pickup he's been, man. He's been so great. I think that I'm going to say, though, I think they're going to try to do it. I don't think they can. So here's what I'm going to say. Casey DeSmith's going to let in a soft one early, and he's going to shake it off, and he's going to be fine. I think Vancouver's firepower is just too good, and I think they're going to win this game 5-2. I think Nashville might take the first game back at home, but I think Vancouver, look at the crowd. You guys are seeing this, right? By the way, I'm watching on the Sportsnet app. I don't have a time signature yet to give you, so I might actually be behind you, but I will give you the time as soon as the puck drop happens. They're showing the sphere right now. I don't know if that helps. But this is one of those things where I kind of look at this and I go like this, I don't know, this is going to be a crazy game. Now my feed, thanks to the Sportsnet app, has frozen. We love the Sportsnet app. Have I told you how much I love the Sportsnet app? It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Okay, we got 5-3 Vancouver, 1 empty netter. We got 5-4 Canucks in OT. Luke, we can't do OT, buddy. It's already 10:08 here. It's already past my bedtime. We got Nashville 6-3 from Ty Smith. Jorge Victor Aguilar. Hello, Jorge. You were here last stream too, weren't you? Going to be surprisingly high. High event hockey 6-4 Vancouver. And Matthew Johnson says 5-3 Nucks. Well, good. I like it. Lot of pro Vancouver in this chat right now. If my Preds fans are around, I just want you to know that we can't cheer for you. We can't cheer for low event hockey. This is the playoffs. We want to have some fun. All right. So anyway, I hope that everybody's here and having a good time. I think we maybe, you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I think we started a little early here. Don't you think? Or should we just get warmed up together and just chat for 15 minutes before they start the game? So from Whiskey 0800, who has Whisk Kyle 0800, DeSmith has played the same number of playoff games as Demko in the last 4 years. 1, and it was wow, really? He's only played. I haven't looked that up. I should. DeSmith, Casey DeSmith. How did Casey DeSmith do in his 1 playoff game with the Pittsburgh Penguins? Well, that's not very helpful, the link that I clicked on. Let's look at this link. What do we think here? He has played 1 playoff game, and it went really well. Okay, so Vancouver, you're going to like this. He played 1 for the Pittsburgh Penguins, 21-22, 202 goals against average, 941 save percentage, and this one went to overtime. He made 51 saves. If Steve were here, he would remember the exact game. But so it's 89-07. So that was what? 1 overtime? Doing math. 2 overtimes, double overtime. Damn. Yeah, that's I don't mind that. I don't hate that. Listen, sometimes people are just good performers in the playoffs, and they might be ho-hum in the regular season. It's a big deal that Demko's not there. There's no question. I hope that groin, I think it's his groin, gets better. There were some I don't know. I saw some stills today on Twitter. I don't know if you guys were scrolling around, and some of the saves that he made, obviously we were watching, but you see it in slow-mo or you see it in just a picture, and his legs are flat out both on the ice. And I understand that to be a goalie in the NHL, you have to be able to do the splits. But as somebody who has never done the splits, could never, even as a kid, do the splits, I was blown away. And I can see how maybe your groin wouldn't like that too much. I can see that. Constancio. I love that name. I hope that's your real name. When are we getting those Assassin's Creed streams, Adam? You know what? I should do some of those. But I think the problem with Assassin's Creed is they're really big and long now. So I'd get you through the first hour or so, and there would be 80 hours of Assassin's Creed to go. Should I just do an 80-part series? I mean, I could. Could be fun. Johnny Zaza, Ryan O'Reilly will lead the team for a comeback. Okay, I gotta say, Johnny, you're if anybody's gonna do it on Nashville, it's Ryan O'Reilly. He looked dangerous. He looked solid as a rock. He was a star for them. What a great pickup, and the amount of money that they're paying him. Honestly, I know the Leafs offered him the same deal, but on the Nashville Predators, I would argue that I think it's $4.75 million they're paying him. He's worth more than that to the Predators. He might have been worth 4.75 to the Leafs, but to the Predators, he's worth far more to that team. He's such a great leader. He's amazing. Bailey Dowsett. Hey, Adam, are we going to get some Star Wars Outlaws stream? Well, okay. If I do that, first off, you guys have to promise to tune in. You have to hang out with me. Second, because Ubisoft's got those weird pricing mechanisms where you have to unlock the Jabba level for an extra $10. Do I buy it? Do I buy the extra Jabba the Hutt level? Because I mean, it's people are really mad about it, but I'm looking at that as a guy who buys maybe 4 games a year, probably less. I'm like, yeah, I know that it's stupid and I shouldn't encourage a company to do this, but I'm probably going to buy it because it's Star Wars and I love Star Wars. Chris L. Hey, good luck with the second stream, Adam. Any chance we get to hear a dear God no like Steve did last night? I hope not. And Chris, the reason I say I hope not is that well, the Leafs, when you cheer for the Leafs, and if they're Vancouver Canucks fans, humor me for a second. Nashville Predators fans, humor me for a second. Okay, I want you to imagine that every game is shame, heartbreak, excitement, hope, and sometimes that hope is paid off. Other times, you're left going, I don't even want to talk to my friends about this in the morning. So your heart, it's like a heart attack every game. And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, might just be nice to have like a big Vancouver Canucks blowout. Just rock them. And I said at the end of the stream yesterday, I don't want Vancouver Canucks fans to wake up from this dream. By the way, if there's a Ryan Kessler kid holding up the stick, center ice, in case we're trying to align streams. I don't want Vancouver Canucks fans to have to wake up and feel the grip of a loss and that kind of stress yet. Because like it's been almost 10 years since people have been allowed to go see a Vancouver Canucks playoff game live. First off, that's unacceptable as an organization. And I say that as a Leafs fan. But I also want to tell you that like I feel like, man, like the vibes are too good. Let's get an easy going. Let's do an 8-2 game. Let's just expose Nashville tonight. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like doing. That's what I want. Anyway, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for an easy game where it's like, hey, we're just hanging out and it's Tuesday night and hopefully you're having a couple of beers or maybe a couple of edibles, enjoying your life. And we're having fun. Look at that. Man, I got to give it to you. Edmonton, Vancouver, Winnipeg. The vibes, immaculate. Like incredible. I'm excited for Toronto. Really, really excited for Toronto going back home tomorrow night. And the vibes are always excellent outside of the arena. I want people inside the arena to bring it. And this might be a good time to reveal that Jesse and I are actually going to the game. Yeah. So kind of excited about that too. And we got some fun stuff cooking with Steve and his live stream, but we'll probably explain that. Well, I can explain it a little later in the stream. This is from Tony Casanova. Imagine your last name is Casanova. That is, Tony, that's a lot to live up to. I would love to know how you met your partner. Just saying. What line did you drop? Adam, coming to you from Chicago. What's up, Tom? Sorry, I called you Tony. Why not Tom? I don't know. I'm a Blackhawks and Bengals fan. You're a Bengals fan in Chicago. But you and Steve are fun to watch. To watch hockey with. Well, thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate that. It's first off, I can't forgive you for the Bengals thing. I'm a Steelers guy. My mom's from Pittsburgh. Can't like as a 50% American. I cannot abide. The Bengals are well, they're Darth Vader to me. But the Chicago Blackhawks also have been a bit Darth Vader lately. I'm not going to lie. Connor Bedard's season was pretty bonkers given what he went through. Like I can't believe I can see how he may not win the Calder because Faber in Minnesota was awesome, but like, man, Bedard is like has been the focus all year, and some crazy stuff has happened off the ice. Anyway, Tom, thank you for watching tonight. We're excited to have you. We got Demunsky. As a Canucks fan, I'm about to have a heart attack right now with Demko and Myers out. I know. Listen, I think I'd be more worried. Sounds weird, and maybe I'm stupid, but I'd be more worried about Myers being out. And the reason I say that is he's big and he's got a big wingspan, and you get those defensive stops, ideally, not always with Myers, but when he's on his game, he's really, really effective, especially in the playoffs. I think DeSmith will be fine. And I think Vancouver's good enough to play good defense around him. Like everything we saw last game, every time the puck was in the Vancouver zone, they were able to turn around. And I love Vancouver's breakout system. Like what Rick Tocchet has these guys doing is so fast and so effortless. And we're talking about playing a pretty good defensive team in Nashville. They don't linger in their own zone. You don't see a lot of Nashville pressuring them down low. They try to, but they're just the Vancouver Canucks defense is pretty good. So I'm less worried about DeSmith. I'm a little more worried about, when there is pressure, when there's a penalty kill, when somebody's getting a little too close to DeSmith and maybe takes an extra whack at him or something like that. You want Tyler Myers in there. You do. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to look through, looking through this. Myers drives me insane. Yeah. Listen, this is the duality of Tyler Myers is he will drive you crazy. He'll drive you crazy, but it's the playoffs and big matters more. It does. And I say that as a Leaf fan who has watched 8 years of tiny little defensemen. Oh, we're going to fight you, Boston. Boo, 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 boo. And then just get steamrolled. This year, the Leafs have bigger, meaner defensemen, and it's working. Dylan Klassen. Hi, Dylan. Thank you for the super chat. I've been listening to you guys since 2016. Thank you for the years of entertainment. Hey, man, thank you for listening. Lots happened since 2016. A lot of changes. So you would have started listening to us right around the time Matthews was drafted. Man, can you believe it's been that long? Yeah, that was his draft year. It's crazy. Hello from Pittsburgh. Love the show. Steelers question, Russ or Fields? Okay, Colby. So for any football fans, give me a second here. First off, I thought the Justin Fields move, perfect. So great. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. But Russ is going to start. And if Russ either gets injured or he falters a little bit, it's going to be Fields. And I think Fields needs to get into the system because he's a younger guy. Let Russ take the heat. And I think it's Fields long-term. That's my bet. Omar. Hi, Adam. Oilers or Canucks offense? Who are you taking? Guys. Omar. What do you think I'm taking? Omar. It's Connor McDavid. And it's not because Vancouver has bad offense. I think if you were to ask me, hey, Adam, Oilers or 31 other NHL teams, I'd be like, yeah, Oilers offense. And I think you'd be crazy not to. It's not that any other offenses aren't great. Man, Sidney Crosby had a great year. Matthews had 69 goals. Nice. It's a nice amount of goals. Super nice. The nicest. It's not Connor McDavid. It's not Leon Draisaitl. Did you guys watch the game last night, the Oilers game? I watched the first 10 minutes. I'm like, the Kings are going to get killed. And I know they made it sort of interesting. They're going to get killed. They are. Unless something outrageous changes. It's just not the Kings series. It's just not a good matchup for them. Man, they're so good. Now do defense. You want me to say defense? Oilers defense? That'd be like the 15th or 16th defense I would take. If I was going to take any defense, it would probably be, at least in the playoffs, a healthy Tampa defense. Hedman, Sergachev, so good. You know what I have to say, though? Florida, is there a changing of the guard in Florida? Like that's first off, no state in the Union of the United States of America, by the way, the game started, has had a better winning record over the last 5 years than the two Florida teams. They've been unbelievable. All right. So I'm going to give you the time here in a second so we can match up. And looks like Nashville's got a pretty healthy lineup. Nobody looking like they're missing anything. McDonough Yossi is a good pairing. That was a good pickup. Vancouver's already in deep. See how quickly they transitioned? You got to watch. Like, I know this is nerdy, but watch how Vancouver transitions. So Nashville's going to take it down the ice. If Vancouver doesn't stop them up in the neutral zone, okay, so we're going to get low. Roenick, Hughes falls. Okay, that's a little unfair. Let's try another breakout. Roenick, Pet. Okay, listen, when they don't fall, all right? He wasn't even forechecked there. Oh, my God, what a goal! Are you serious? Are you serious? I haven't even got out the time yet. Forsberg with a floater. Oh, Sportsnet still has 20 minutes on the clock. I can't even give you the time. The Sportsnet scorebug literally says 20 minutes. What a goal. Okay, so Hughes falls, and then we bring it back, and then Hronek's trying to get it. Nobody's there, and Forsberg just floats one, and it goes off of, who did it go off of? Went off of one of the Canucks. Right there. Not Hughes, the other guy. I didn't see. Hang on. Slow it down. Slow it down, Sportsnet. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure you guys are seeing it. I'm going to look at the stream chat. Here we go. Who did it go off of? Damn. Okay. Do not blame. I know I see people in the chat blaming Casey DeSmith. You can't blame Casey DeSmith for that. That you can't. That was a complete redirect mid go, and he pushed off too hard. I get it. But like, guys, he was, if that puck had sailed towards the net the way on its trajectory, that's a shot to the chest. He covers it up and it's over. Wow. That's a big goal for Nashville. Big goal. 18:08 is my time if you want to match up with me. Remember, I'm watching on the Sportsnet app too, so I'm streaming. So it's a little bit behind. But if that's what you want to do. Can't get the ESPN game in the States. It still says the game hasn't started. Well, T.A. Neiman. Listen, I just want to tell you something. It's time for you to sail the seven seas, my friend. You know what I'm saying? You know? From DC with the super chat, live show in Bowtown. Oh, I'm sorry, Bowmanville? The Manville has sold out so fast. Have you guys any live shows on deck? Been to 3 of your lives and always had a great time. Well, thank you, DC. Yes, ideally we will. And it's just a question of, we're a relatively new business. And so I'm still watching the game here. 17-10 left in the first period if you're trying to match up. Well, it's 17:06 right now. Maddie's saying it's 17:05. For my stream, it's 17:06. I don't know why. Wow, that was wild. What a crazy goal. So anyway, being a new business, people like, we walk in, we're like, hey guys, like, here's what we do and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah? Oh, you think you can sell out? You think you can pack our bar? Yeah, we don't believe you. And we'll be like, hey, we got pictures. Here's a packed bar. We did it. And they're like, yeah, but it can't be our bar. And so that's what we're test running. And I want you guys to see it. And I want you to be there. So anytime we do those live shows, I would love for you to be there if you can make it, because it is huge help for us as we kind of develop and grow this thing. Convince sponsors to jump on board. You know what I mean? Harry French, do a live show in Boston. Call it Behind Enemy Lines. Harry, that's a great idea. Not in the budget this year, but what a great idea. Maybe we can do that next year. Maybe we can do a deal with TD at TD Garden. And they can be like, here you go, Toronto. It's because Toronto Dominion Bank sponsors Boston and where they play. I don't know if I like that. 16:42 left in the first, according to my clock. 898 people watching on a Tuesday in this economy. Wow. Thanks, guys. It's so nice to have you here. That guy who just made the pass, the factor in the game last on what was it? Sunday night? It was Sunday night. Honestly, the playoffs are such a blur usually. I forget what day it is. It's like that weird time between Christmas and New Year's. You just don't know what day it is. You don't know what time it is. You're just kind of existing. You have to wake up, eat, sleep, go to the gym. That's about all you know. Anyway, I'd like to see. So Nashville's done a pretty good job here in the first 4 minutes of just boxing Vancouver out. They're doing a good job against the boards here, just annoying stuff, right? This is where when you get Nashville up early, they can just be annoying. Oh, we're going to hold you against the boards. You're going to have to dig for it. Here we go. Okay, so Vancouver's got a big line out there. Whoa, Skull! No! How did that not go in? Suter had it. Where did he miss? He couldn't have missed. Is that a UC save? Wow. All right, here we go. Brock Besser has his stick knocked out of his hand. That's 40 goal Brock Besser to you. Here we go. Vancouver pressuring. Delayed penalty on Nashville. Didn't see it. We'll find out what it is. Zadorov can't hold it. That's okay. That's okay. Just don't let it roll into the empty net. And one of those Don Cherry Rock'em Sock'ems that actually happened where they rolled it back into their own net on a delayed penalty. Embarrassing. Oh, whoa. Okay, Vancouver. We gotta clean this up. So Pettersson's got the puck. Let's watch a nice Vancouver breakout here. Let's see if they can do it. Or maybe Nashville's got an answer for them this game. I don't know. Here we go. Okay. So they're in. Connor Garland. Oh, that was a good play. Garland, if he spotted him, he spotted him. If he got him the puck, Hoglander's got an empty net. He's got an empty net. He would have scored that. All right. Let's check in with the chat. Let's see what else we got here going on. Everybody, no time clock to sync. I know. So we're working on that for my stream. Just give us time. By the way, a big shout out to Maddie, Mad Dog. The Mad Dog is on the stream tonight. She's working the back end. And so as we get better at this, because I'm relatively new at this, and so is she, we're going to get the time clock. But I will tell you that at 14:33, that's where we're at. Right at the penalty marker. They're just about to drop the puck. 14:33 in the first. Just about to drop the puck. And the linesman's like, no, get out. This is about me. I am the linesman. Pettersson wins the draw. Back to Hughes. 14:31 on the clock. Hughes, Pettersson. No, that's not Pettersson. That's Besser. There we go. There's Pettersson. Is he going to shoot? No. I think so Nashville does a really smart job with their PK. Okay. You'll see them. They don't do a diamond. They kind of do like this weird rectangle. And it means that one of their forwards can get high. And it's one of those things. I compare everything to the Leafs because I watch a lot of Leafs hockey. And I will tell you that the Leafs penalty kill, it's not down to talent because there's a lot of talent on that penalty kill. It's down to positioning. And it stinks. Harry French. Oh, Harry, thank you for this lovely super chat. Well, time to start contributing to the future live show budget. I just really like you guys. Harry, thank you so much. That means a lot, man. That means, man, I can't even tell you. That means so much. Thank you. Quinn Hughes through center, nobody with him, and they give the puck away. Nashville did a really good job in game one of making Vancouver play their game. Now, Vancouver's so talented that they won. Here we go. Miller through the one. Okay. And the fact that there have been 3 shots on net, registered shots on net in this game so far goes to show that trend is continuing. Nashville is forcing Vancouver to play their game. Vancouver in a normal game should be 30 to 35 shots. They're just one of those teams. Nashville is going to be good at this, though. There's a lot of veteran presence on it. I just think Vancouver's so talented. There's no way. Lindholm, who had the goal too, he's out in the PP2. Here we go. Okay, where's the puck? Is it UC or is it the defenseman? Okay, either way. Dakota Joshua getting in there. Man, that guy is such a factor. I wonder what they're going to pay him. I know that people have been talking about that. Mad Dog, can you ask Adam to clap for puck drop? Yes, sorry. I can do that. I will absolutely do that. I'll make sure to keep doing that. Sorry, guys. And Maddie, I know nobody can hear Maddie. Maddie, at some point, let's figure out the score clock here so we can do that because they do that during Steve's stream and it's really helpful for people. Yeah, there's a score clock that Steve has on his streams. We're gonna put them on ours for the next game. Can't do it today. Yeah, okay. All right, I guess you can just cover the puck then. All right. I'd be pissed if I was Vancouver right now. I'd be mad at that. Pettersson in. And they're kicking McCarron out. Okay. Already bored. Thank you, linesman. I hate when linesmen do that. I know everybody's like, well, it's fair. Come on, no face-off is fair. It's the NHL. These guys cheat anyway. What are we talking about? Okay, Quinn Hughes up through. See how fast they move? Now, Vancouver's breakout got broken up there, but they move so fast. Oh, another Nashville penalty. Here we go. All right. I didn't even see what that would have been. Did you guys see? All right. I didn't clap on that last face-off either. Sorry, guys. Such a dummy. I'm learning. Okay? I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna clap on the next one, okay? So apparently ESPN, if you're American, ESPN is not running this game right now, which is weird because Nashville is one of the major hockey markets in the States. Like just outrageous fans. I can't believe that they wouldn't be doing that, but here we are. Oh, it's too many men. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Wow. Honestly, who did? Harry French? Yeah, no, I got that, Maddie. Omar. Hey, Omar, for the super chat. Thank you for the donation. Adam, how did you adjust from waking up at 5 a.m. at your radio job to starting streams at ending at 1 a.m.? Well, first off, I had 10 months to figure that out. I appreciate you saying that. I am I don't know. Okay, you guys tell me in the chat. Are you a late night person or an early morning person? Because I am a late night person. And I didn't know I was a late night person until I was like 20 and I was doing that overnight show that I told you about earlier in Halifax. And so like I was at my best at night, always. I've always have been. So yeah, this is my body loves this. My body's like, yeah, let's go. And we'll sleep until like 8 a.m. Beautiful. Putz around, have a coffee. Life's good. That's the kind of life I want to live. I've just never been able to do it. So it's an easy adjustment. Being able to sleep in past 7 o'clock in the morning is pretty key. Pretty key. I am a late night person all the way. I don't understand. Actually, it's funny. Okay, so we're back to the game here, but it hasn't started yet. We're just watching the replay. When I was on Bumble, when I was single a few years ago after my divorce, which I'm sure you've heard about, Andrew Burnett just yelling, "Fuck off." All right, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. I'm going to clap when he drops the puck, but he's going to screw me up, this ref. Okay, 12:18. Oh, I clapped on the microphone. All right, we're off. I'm pretty terrible at this. All right. I forget what I was talking about. Anyway. Bumble. So when I was on Bumble, I remember I used to swipe left on anybody that said early morning. Like if you don't like getting up early in the morning on the weekends, I'm like, I don't. See you later. And I found somebody who also likes to sleep in, and it's beautiful. And so does my daughter. My daughter loves to sleep in. Hey, Adam, I'm in North Carolina and have the game on TV. So ESPN is running it now? Okay, I hope for our American viewers tonight that ESPN starts running it. Here we go. Here we go, Besser. Oh, off a stick, out. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff you need to convert on if you're the Canucks. You need a goal here. You need a goal here. Like you're not going to die, but you need a goal here. Right off McDonough's butt. That doesn't feel good. And then Pettersson to the Besser. Oh, good tip. Good stick on the defense there. Okay, here we go. And that's a good shot of the ref's butt. Love that. Love that. Yeah, sorry about slapping that mic, guys. I'm just getting shit in the chat. Here we go. Patterson, Hughes, Besser, Miller. Here we go. You got UC down. Come on. Oh, I think Patterson should have shot there. He should have shot there. You had UC down. You got to take that shot. And if it goes off him, fine, you get the rebound. You got to shoot there. Oh, he's got a little bit of the Marner. Too giving. You can't complain about it. Oh, here we go. Oh, my God. Oh, JT Miller almost had it. Damn. Hey, Steven, thank you for joining SDP VIP, sir. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Kyoga, hey, Adam, when will you start offering dating profile tips for the rest of us? Man, I was such a rookie on that. I remember I got Jax, my co-host at Virgin Radio, to her and TJ looked at my profile and they're like, "This is terrible." And I wasn't getting any matches. Like, and so they took an hour, and this is like the first wave of the pandemic. We're all at work because we had to be, and they like met me in the hallway, and they're like, okay, we're going through. Can you gotta update these 5 pictures? They're all terrible. And so I like sent them stuff, and they're like, okay, you need to work on your profile and stuff. So I'm the wrong guy to ask. Building a good dating profile requires your friends, because your friends know you better sometimes than you know yourself. Important that and if you're trying to be funny, you got to ask them like, is this stupid? Would you swipe left on this? Yeah. Forget Adam's history corner. We need Adam's dating corner. You know what? Once I got going, it was fun. It was fun dating. But yeah, I would never had TJ and Jax not gone through my profile and cleaned it up. I don't know if I would have met Natalie. Like, we met on Bumble, and I had Hinge too. But Hinge was like really, it was like horny Facebook. It was really aggressive. People like there'd be like comments under your photos and stuff, and I couldn't believe it. I was like this person hasn't matched with me, but they're leaving this thirsty comment underneath my photo with whatever I was doing. Here we go. Okay, so 9:25 for anybody checking in. We don't have the score bug on our screen, but we will for the next stream. I promise. We're just kind of working through. Maddie, Mad Dog, ow, is on her first stream tonight, which is pretty exciting. And I'm on my 3rd stream ever, so we're kind of learning this together. We're both rookies. We're not the vet like Steve, and we're gonna just gonna do our. Yeah, we're working. We're growing. But listen, we got a lot of playoffs ahead. Like I told you, we're going to be doing the Vancouver Canucks run as long as it goes. And then if the Vancouver Canucks go to the Stanley Cup final, awesome. If they don't, then we'll pick another team. We'll just keep going. But we're doing Western games, guys. We're doing Western games. Here we go. Quinn Hughes. Oh, man. How many block shots do the Nashville Predators have already? I think all of them have puck-sized bruises on their butts. All of them. And it's been like hips. They're always blocking with their hips. Oh, Patterson missed that one. Yeah, he didn't like that. Alexander Teppert. I'm watching the Florida Bowl through my hands, Bolts fan, and have it on mute, and I'm listening to Adam instead. It's the only way I can get. Man, I heard it's in overtime, right? Isn't the Florida game in overtime? Am I wrong? And I bet it's delicious overtime. Yeah, overtime. Oh baby. Oh baby. Man, the Tampa Bay Lightning, I thought, because I was working out during the first period, and I watched the Bennett and Tarasenko goals go in, and I was like, oh man, Florida's just like, they're the new guys in town, and Tampa's getting older, whatever. No. Stupid, you stupid dummy, stupid head. No way. Tampa's not done. Not a chance. And I should have known better. Emma Kapnick, hey, welcome to SDP VIP. Emma, we're really excited for you to check out the episodes. They're the episodes where we don't talk about hockey. We talk about other things. 919 people watching right now. You could have been anywhere tonight, and you chose to be here with me. Thank you. Here we go. Oh, Dakota Joshua with a tip here. I'm feeling like Dakota Joshua needs a little more ice time on the special teams. Am I wrong on that? Like, I know their PP1 is amazing. Oh, come on. But I feel like just putting him in front of the net sometimes when those really skilled guys are out there. This is a really, like, a lot of these are not registering as shots, but these are great scoring chances Vancouver's getting right now. 6:49 left in the first. Oh, that's a trip. They're not going to call it, but that's a trip. Connor Garland, and it's out. Everybody's changing. You see how quickly Vancouver turns things around and goes right back in the zone? I'm asking you to look out for it, because I feel like I'm a crazy person on the SDP for talking about it. From Scream, watching from Nashville, cheering on the Preds, but happy to support SDPN. Go Preds, go, and go SDPN. Hey, I think it's Scream or Scrim or Screamy. Listen, whatever your name is, however you pronounce it. What does it remind you, Maddie? Say that one more time? Oh, really? Apparently, somebody reminds Maddie of Pam, or is reminded by Pam from The Office with Maddie. Well, I don't think Maddie is Maddie's not a Pam. Maddie is, it's different. Oh, man. You know what I'm going to need to do on the next SDP is I'm gonna have to get Jesse and Steve because they're the guys that are like super good. They're those weird guys that can pull like television quotes out of thin air. Like something happens, they're like, "Oh, that's what happened." Like when The Simpsons said this, or Family Guy said this, or Arrested Development said this. Um, they'll be able to do this. Florida won. Oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? Tell me who scored. Let's find out. Carter Verhaeghe, Leafs draft pick, Leafs legend. Carter Verhaeghe. I think he was traded for Michael Grabner. Was it? I don't remember. It was like right before the Leafs got good. Yeah. That wow. Man, how about that? How about that? The Florida Panthers. Telling you, up 2-0 in the series. This might be the changing of the guard, right? Like we can all admit that great teams get older. And it's not to say that Tampa's done, but when you look at, okay, when remember when Steven Stamkos walked into training camp, he was like, I'm mad at Brisebois. He didn't sign me, whatever. Or I didn't even get a call this summer about an extension. And Brisebois was like, yeah, well, we're not sure that we're going to sign him. This series is going to determine that. And not just for Stammer, for a lot of guys. Like this team probably needs to get younger. And the $8 or $9 million is going to cost them to keep Steven Stamkos around, and he's worth it. I don't know for how much longer he's worth it. Every time you count him out, and I've done that, big mistake. He's amazing. Yeah, like you're going to need to get younger, some new blood in there. They spent a lot of picks on Tanner Jeannot. I'm not sure how well that's worked out. The rest of their trades have been pretty good. Picked up Matt Dumba for nothing. But a lot of Matt Dumba's stats, advanced stats, at least recently, the last couple of years, haven't been great. A lot of people said he was like an overrated defenseman. I think that's a little unfair in Minnesota. I think he was pretty good, but the defensive metrics aren't great. But you got to remember too. So he played for Minnesota last year, good defensive team, made the playoffs. Then played for Arizona, where you can't look at defensive metrics on a team that bad. Okay, so there's 5:58 left in the first. Believe it or not, despite Vancouver getting 2 power plays in a row, somehow Nashville has outshot them. I know they have an out chance. Oh, here we go. There's another shot. I'm thinking that one of these has got to go in unless UC Saros just has one of those games that make him one of the best 3 goaltenders in the world right now. 5:33 left, just for anybody trying to sync this baby up. I'm going to clap. Oh, yeah, Maddie's reminding me to clap. I never have seen Tampa players look more dejected. I think this era of Tampa is over. I need some consolation. Well, first off, Jared, you need consolation? 3 Stanley Cup appearances, Jared? What do you want me to offer you, man? I need consolation. I've seen 1 second round in 20 years. You want to trade? Also, don't be sad because it's over. Be happy because it happened. And be sad because it happened and it's over, right? The fact that it happened at all is great. I would say that Tampa's got a pretty good chance of being spectacular again very, very quickly. You just can't, you've got Kucherov. You can build around him. Carter Verhaeghe has 5 OT winners in the playoffs alone. That's insane. That's from Wilgeman. Wow, that's quite the stat. There are some guys that are just playoff guys. And you have to, Verhaeghe's more than a playoff guy, but there are guys who are regular season guys that are real playoff performers, monsters when things get crazy, and he's one of them. That entire Florida team is super dangerous. I know a lot of Toronto fans didn't want to play Boston, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't really want to do it either, but it's not like I really wanted to play Florida. I wasn't excited about the Panthers and the Leafs. I think, yeah. Now, listen, if the Leafs happen to win their series, they're playing Florida. You got to go through the monsters to win the cup. 4:44 left. Nashville on a power play, but not getting much going here. Vancouver's doing a really good job. The towels are flying. Not totally surprising because Vancouver's speed is going to really limit Nashville's options. They're going to have to set up quickly. Nashville's first power play unit's amazing, but, so is Vancouver's PK unit, and they move very quickly. The other thing I like is that Vancouver always has one guy high. The Leafs do not. Don't know why. You got Di Giuseppe and Dakota Joshua out there. Big and fast. Not Di Giuseppe. He's the fast. Dakota Joshua's the big. You need that. You do. See, there you go. Another breakup. And that, you know what that comes from? That was Joshua, by the way. When he broke up that play, that is just from being in the right position and having a big wingspan. And you know, like, again, go look at Nashville's top power play unit. You're talking about one of the best defensemen of this generation running it. But it makes it very difficult when you got a guy high because there's always that pressure of, I better make a play here. You cut down on angles. It's okay. And then you got Pettersson out there. That's what you love to see. Superstars killing penalties. Here we go. Ooh, you know, I forgot Ian Cole was in tonight because of Tyler Myers being out. And sorry, Noah Juulsen's in tonight for Myers, but Ian Cole's got a lot of experience. He's got a lot of. I don't know. Vancouver's got good depth. Every time somebody gets injured, I'm like, yeah, they'll be fine. I know Thatcher's a thing, but look at how well DeSmith's done, right? He's only saved 4 shots, 3 because one of them went in, but he's been fine. He's settled. Only 7 shots through the first period, by the way. Man, if we wanted to pick a high event series, we picked the wrong one. Oh, that could have been a problem for Vancouver. A little bit of a trip over the blue line there by Quinn Hughes. But again, because he's Quinn Hughes, he got it figured out. 2:28 left in the first. I'm just going to update the score every once in a while so you guys know. And I will clap before face-offs, my bad. That's offside. Don't touch that. Connor Garland requesting a trade and then instantly becoming a fan favorite and such a weapon for this team. What's that line without Connor Garland? Third line of Joshua, Lindholm, and Garland. Is that a top 3 third line in the league? That's a great line. You can do a lot with that line. You got power play, you got penalty kill, and also 5-on-5. They're amazing. Here we go. Fourth line. So Bluger's out there. Lafferty is out there. We might actually have an opportunity for Nashville here. No, we don't. That's Vancouver's defense. Too mobile. Sorry. Bye-bye. 1:28 left in the first. This period went fast. I think, the only whistles that really kind of were of note was the too many men and the other Nashville penalty, whatever that was. I have a terrible memory. 1:22 left. I'll clap before this face-off, and I won't clap on the microphone. I don't know if you were here for it, but I clapped on the freaking microphone. Just a total noob. Just brand new dummy stuff, you know? Oh, I did not see that Sherwood slash. Yeah, the difference is, so Bertuzzi did a half slash on Marchand, and Marchand went down like a bag of rocks last night. JT Miller was like, "What are you doing? Stop poking me with that twig." Not a lot of hits being thrown like we just saw there too. They're not wearing themselves down, either team, that way. Icing. Got a minute left. Exactly a minute. So just put your clock right at a minute and we'll be lined up. Vancouver fans, Nashville fans, how we feeling about this first period? How we feeling? We feeling good? By the way, can I get some likes on this video? Can we smash that like button? It does help. I know it's the douchey YouTuber thing to ask, but you're looking at him. We're clapping. All right, face off. Now. No. The linesman dropped the puck and then said no. Guys, do you see what I'm saying? You know how annoying this is? He's not even... Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, the linesman allowed that to happen. Boy, that's annoying. How we feeling? Nashville needs more shots. Nucks fan, not great. Not feeling great, but the momentum is good. Yeah, I listen. If you're Nashville, You're the head coach in Nashville right now. You're Andrew Brunette. You're saying, okay, here's what I'm going to say to my guys in the first intermission. I'm going to say, hey, solid defensive effort. We are controlling a lot of the game. We're keeping the shots low, although that's a bit of a misnomer because if you looked at the scoring chances, I'm sure it would be almost double or maybe even triple. Vancouver had a lot of chances. If you're Rick Tocchet, you're going in and going, keep this up. Just keep the chances coming. It's going to go in. Vancouver looks great. Nashville is playing the best that they can against them. You got to give them full credit for that. But, dude, the Vancouver Canucks are it doesn't mean they're going to win the series, but they are clearly a more talented team. You can see it every single shift, every single line. Nashville's in for the fight of its life. They are. Yeah. Isabella, I taught my niece how to clap over the weekend. I have faith you can do it, Adam. Yeah, my claps have been pretty brutal tonight. I'm not going to lie. They've been so bad. They've been like these wimpy, like when you do a bad high five and you're like, can we do that again? Because that was embarrassing. That's me to myself. Crispin Welburn, I want the Vancouver Canucks early season PDO numbers back. I mean, do you need them though? Like, team did pretty well even after they got off the PDO bender. I think they're legit. Sometimes I look at that and I go, sometimes PDO is accurate and teams fall off a cliff. Vancouver didn't do that. They didn't do that. ESPN was showing the last of the Lightning Panthers game before swapping to the Canucks game. I can't watch. It was not on the actual cable channel, so you have to watch on the service. So to our American listeners coming in, Nashville and from otherwise, I appreciate you coming in. That's annoying, but that there's always the option to sail the seven seas. RR matey. Jason Zucker going off hurt because Nashville's entire brand is just standing in front of pucks. Oh, we got a power play to end the period. This is where you tie it up. Do it here. Oh, please put it on the net for God's sakes. 7-1 in block shots, according to Seasgal. 7-1. Wow. They blocked a lot of shots. Vancouver's been all over them. And 3 penalties in the first period. Nashville just can't do that if they're going to survive. They can't. Here we go. Quinn Hughes, master of that flow to the net that those guys can just tip in. Here he goes. He's going to do it again. Oh, no. Pettersson. Oh, my God. What a save. I thought that was in. Absolutely robbed. That is why. That's UC Saros, man. What an X factor. Look at this. What a play. Oh, no, he didn't save it. No, he just missed. Oh, that's it. Oh. Jeez. Oh, well, that's the end of the first period, guys. That was crazy. How did that happen? How does Pettersson miss that? Like 100 times. He takes that shot 100 times. That's in. Saros is dialed in. Suter had a good, they just showed it on TV. Suter had a good shot at it. Pettersson, obviously, we just talked about. One of these has got to go in for Vancouver. But as a Leaf fan who's watched their team dominate periods and not convert, you at some point in the playoffs, it's not about how many chances you have. You have to score. It sounds stupid. You're like, oh, well, yeah, obviously, Adam. No, like you need to. You must score. It's not going to be about opportunities once the game's over. You got to score big. I want Petey to become an alien in the second period. That's from Crispin. Yeah, I mean, he is kind of an alien most of the time. And I feel like he's just getting started in this series. Like Dakota Joshua and some of the supporting cast had it last game. You give these Vancouver Canucks stars, you give them a game and a half to get going. They were looking pretty good on that power play. Let's be honest. Avs are on a 4-minute power play, high stick on Makar. Okay, do we think that the Avs can actually do this? Can they actually take a game from Winnipeg? I think I picked them to win the series, which was really stupid because I'm actually usually a pretty pro Winnipeg guy. Connor Hellebuck's my favorite goalie. And I really a big fan of what they did with that Dubois trade. It was crazy. But there's something about the Avs experience and confidence. And I was like, 7 games for sure. And the other guys picked Winnipeg. So I was like, okay, I'll pick the Avalanche and see what happens. Even producer Drew's not picking the Avalanche. He's like, nope, one-line team, not going to work. They did score a lot of goals. They almost won. I can't believe, too, 6 goals in the first period in game 1. 6 goals in the third period in game 1. And then Adam Lowry's little goal in the second period, and that was the end of it. That's the game. Maddie is going to fire up a clip here. Maddie, can you tell me what we're talking about here? Okay, you guys are going to love this one. So, Mark Stone. What do we think about Mark Stone? What do we think? What do we think about him just magically coming back for the 3rd year in a row just around April? Actually, one of those years they missed the playoffs. People forget that. Okay. So, Mark Stone. Do you think he's a cheater? Is he a cheater, pumpkin eater? We're going to play that clip. I want to know what you think. Is the lacerated spleen all a lie? And then I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, okay? All right, we're going to see you soon. I just need a coffee. Let's go, Maddie. Play the clip.
So we talked about Sam. We talked about Nylander. Let's talk about the thing that's driving people absolutely bonkers this morning.
Oh, boy. This was so funny. I already know what you're going to say.
It's Mark Stone. Mark Stone.
Nailed it.
Coming back, scoring the first goal, having
In a minute.
a key play in the defensive zone towards the end of the game where he's sliding and breaks up a play. Vegas wins.
Hey, can I be a medical professional for a second?
Sure.
Spleen looked great.
Well, okay. So, like we did say, hey, it's a lacerated spleen. But I do feel watching him play, I'm like, well, they probably stretched the amount of time he needed to be out.
Well,
right?
Well, okay.
Right?
So that's not the accusation that I'm seeing out there.
It should be.
What people are saying is, well, did he have an enlarged spleen or a lacerated one? Because those are very different.
He had a
things.
lacerated spleen. It was grade 3. Kelly McCrimmon gave all of the medical details about it because of how much people were talking about it.
That's a crazy thing to lie about.
Yeah, that's because they did it.
No, I know. This is what I'm saying. Surely, listen, if teams are complaining about it, and they are, investigate it. There's a very easy way to find out if he has a lacerated spleen or not.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a third-party doctor or whatever. But I tend to take the side of people don't lie about the health of their organs.
Yeah. And the third-party doctor thing is, I've talked about this before, that's how this process goes. The NHL's doctors also, when you go on LTIR and it's this high profile and it's like Vegas is doing this again, the NHL doctors are involved in the process.
Oh, really?
So you have the Vegas's doctors who are evaluating Mark Stone and saying, hey, you can play and all this and stuff. But then the NHL's medical staff, they look into the issues and they look at the medical documents and they say, yeah, there's no shenanigans there and we're all good. And Kelly McCrimmon, like I said, walked everybody through this process in his press conference. And yes, could Mark Stone have probably played on Saturday if the series started Saturday? Yeah, that's the game. That's how this thing works. Yeah, you stretch it till Monday so he can play in the game. But did he have a lacerated spleen that was a grade 3 lacerated spleen? Yes, he did. Mm-hmm. And the recovery time was 3 to 6 months. They were talking about that. And did they rush him back? Did they get him ready for the playoffs? Of course they did. But that's the game.
Let me run you through some dates, guys.
Mm-hmm.
February 14th, 2022, Valentine's Day. What a lovely day.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Stone, long-term injury reserve.
Mm-hmm.
April 12th, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Activated from long-term injury reserve. That's the start of the playoffs.
They missed the playoffs.
Yeah, that doesn't.
They missed the playoffs. Wow, he was activated at the end of the season.
Yeah.
There you go.
February 11th, 2023. So now we're a year ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Injured reserve. February 20th, 2023. Long-term injury reserve. April 18th, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Activated from LTIR.
During that time, he had his second back surgery.
I'm just giving you the dates.
Mm-hmm.
That's
February 22nd, 2024, injured reserve. March 4th,
Were you in the room, Jesse? Did you see the knife?
long-term injury reserve March 4th, April 22nd, activated from LTIR. So here's where I think we're missing the point. Because I think you guys make a good point. He had his second back surgery. Maybe Mark Stone's just a fucking animal. And this is really impressive. Are we missing the point? The fact that he has come back from back surgery and been effective, the fact that he's come back from a lacerated spleen and scored in the first a minute 23 in when they're on the power play. Maybe Mark Stone's just really awesome.
Yes, there's a reason this man wears the C in Vegas. He is an animal. You're very right about that. The fact that he's coming back after these injuries, he had not played a game with any of his lines with Thomas Hertl. Like they acquired him while he was out.
Yeah.
They go out there. They look spectacular. He pots a goal. The dude's a beast.
How do I say this? Again, listen to Burke's Law recently, Brian Burke's book. He, over his career, I believe, Adam, you read it as well, so help me. 3 times he successfully sued for libel.
I think so. Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Each time he's like, listen, I just want you to issue a retraction and make a donation to charity. If a fan says, well, I don't believe his spleen was really whatever, it's a fan. It's okay. You know, if we're going to police what every sports fan says, it's going to be a problem. Although Burke did successfully sue a fan for libel. There are some people in hockey media talking wildly reckless about this injury to Mark Stone.
Sue him. You know how hard it is to win a libel case?
Well,
pretty hard.
Not that hard if you're Brian Burke.
And you have to prove that you lost money because of it, and you caused you.
That's not true.
Yeah, and
That's
you
not
lost,
true.
and you have to or lost
the damages.
damage reputation.
Damage reputation.
How is Mark Stone's reputation damaged?
Everyone, it's the Vegas Golden Knights who's damaged.
And I don't
whose
think they're suing
reputation is
anybody
damaged.
because I don't think they care.
I'm just saying, people are talking wild about. I don't believe his spleen was hurt.
And Vegas will be like, great. Cool.
And
believe
also-
whatever you want. I don't care.
Also,
Not up to me.
I'd like the NHL to investigate Vegas once they're done investigating Tampa. You know what I haven't seen Vegas do? Print a bunch of nanny boo boo fuck you. We were 18 million over the cap shirts.
You know what's
And wear them during the cup parade.
Yep.
you know what's crazy about last year's cup run with the Las Vegas Golden Knights?
What?
At no point during the entire cup run last year did they ice a team that was over the cap.
Oh, wow.
Actually?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. What the fuck are you complaining about?
Are you serious?
Not one game was the roster on the ice over the 83 it was $82.5 million
read that?
limit.
Where'd you read
Jesse Granger in The Athletic.
Okay.
Everybody complaining
I
about
will not
this thing.
research. I will just yell into the void. Okay. I will tweet
It
about
wasn't over the cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know,
There's also 17 teams right now who finished their season with all the bonuses are now added. They are over the cap.
Do it better.
17 of them.
Get good.
What's the
Do it better. Get
problem?
good.
Sarah Volley said that at least 6 teams will carry $1 million or more in bonus overage going onto the cap. next
Bonus overage.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that later, but that's how, because of the flat cap, the teams they're exploding. Like they really cannot do this.
I thought Edmonton was going to nail it with the Connor Brown stuff and how they figured out their cap throughout the season, but then they ended up in the overages anyways. So whatever.
So really good game between Vegas and Dallas. Like high scoring, but
That should be
mean,
the
but
narrative.
that's going to be a great series. It's going to be just awesome, and nobody will be surprised when either of those two teams wins.
Nope. It's crime against hockey that it's in the first round.
It is. It's wrong, and this is why the division setup sucks. But anyway,
That's where Vegas finished because everyone was hurt.
I know. I just think it's stupid. Now,
Or were they?
so we talked about Sam. We talked about Nylander. Let's talk about the thing that's driving people absolutely bonkers this morning.
Oh boy, this was so funny. I already know what you're going to say.
Let's go. Are we here? Hi, everybody. I made a coffee. My hair makes me look like I got a horn on the top of my head, like a unicorn. Maybe I can be a unicorn for the Canucks, who desperately need a goal in the second period What is this? Let's do some questions. You guys have any questions? If you want to ask them, just leave them in the chat. There's a little super chat, whatever you want. We're here. We're excited. Just kind of checking in with everybody. What's going on? How you doing? Okay, so did we decide on Mark Stone? Is he a cheater pants, or is he completely following the rules, which is what I tend to think. I think he's following. I don't think you're faking a lacerated spleen. Wow. I just saw the Florida goal. Oh my God. For Hagee. That's a nasty backhander. Woo! My in-laws, Natalie, my wife's parents, were in Florida for game 81. Oh my God, I just saw the save from Bobrovsky too in overtime. How did he... No. How did Dumba not score? That's crazy. Sorry, I'm just seeing the highlights. I did not see that game. I got to start... I don't know what I was doing watching the Rangers Capitals. Like, that Ovechkin giveaway was pretty bad. That was a pretty bad giveaway, right? That was rough. Anyway, I was saying my in-laws were in Florida for the Leafs game there, hoping to see Matthews get 70. He didn't get it. And they said it was so embarrassing because obviously the Leafs jumped out to that 2-0 lead. And then after that just played like crap. And they were just like, ugh. But they said that the fans there are just nuts and like loud and excited and fun. And they said had they been Florida Panthers fans, they would have really enjoyed it. So, yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm looking at this. Okay, from Erismix 23. Hi, Adam. Just got home from work and excited to spend the rest of my birthday night hanging out with you. I am 26 today. Woo! Okay, so first off, everybody wish Erismix 23 a happy birthday. I'm gonna do it right now. Erismix, happy, because I'm gonna do it two ways. Happy birthday. 26 is a good age. I think. I think if I were to go back to 26, I would say to myself, and you didn't ask me to give you advice, but I'm going to give it to you anyway, because this is my live stream, and this is what we're all here for, just to chat. I'm the guy at the party that won't shut up during the game. Hi, it's me. I would say that 26 is a change because you're getting towards the end of your 20s. First off, you're going to start to go to a lot of your friends' weddings soon. It's just going to happen. You're going to have summers. I had one summer I went to 8 weddings. It was a lot of weddings, very expensive gifts. And then the other thing is you have friendships that you've had since maybe high school or grade school or university or whatever. And some of those friendships are going to not survive this time, 26 to 30. And the reason for that is people get busy. Like, it's not anything personal. It's like, okay, I have a kid, or I'm married, or we have a mortgage, and I'm trying to get promoted at work, so I'm working this weekend. I'm not out partying. And so, yeah, I would say that I would enjoy your time with your friends. And for the friends that drift away, remember this. This is what my mother used to say. It still does, actually. It's kind of annoying. But she says friends are in for a reason, a season, or life. Philosophical, right? Very old people stuff. But I would say that it's one of those things where you got to be like, okay, go with the flow. And remember, you're going to meet some great friends in your 30s too. You are. What else we have going on here? Lockie 14. So the London Knights are 8-0 so far in this postseason. Is it time to say Easton Cowan is the next Gretzky if he hasn't already surpassed him? Well, listen, first off, Easton Cowan is going to be a Leaf, and that already puts him in Gretzky territory, right? If you're a Leaf, you're not just a prospect, you're the prospect. But honestly, what he's done in the O this year, 42 games with a point, 42 straight games with a point, crazy. The Leafs actually have a lot of London Knights alumni on the roster too. You got Domi and Tavares and Marner, and Marner will be an interesting guy for him to kind of talk to, I think, when he gets up to the big club, because Marner made that transition. Remember, the Leafs wouldn't let Marner on the roster, and they're like, no, you stay back. We're going to be terrible this year. And he was the captain and won the Memorial Trophy, or Memorial Cup, and then won the MVP and did everything right, like won everything. So in it, like, is Easton Cowan Gretzky? No, but yes, because he's a Leaf. But I would say that this kid's going to be exciting. And I was talking to Scott Wheeler from The Athletic like a month ago about him, and Scott seems to think that Easton Cowan is going to be minimum playing the 9 games with the Leafs if they send him down. But man, he said this guy could be just one of those guys that jumps from the O straight in. So anyway, from all those hard-working construction workers, I think, may this $5 super chat make up at least a little for the fact that you're missing the Avs Jets game. Yeah, I know. What a series, right? What a stupid game. Game 1 was stupid. It was stupid, but awesome and fun. And playoff games need to be that way. I wonder, though. It reminds me of Edmonton and Calgary in the second round a couple years ago, like the last time Calgary played in the playoffs. And that game where Calgary was up like 6-1, and then Edmonton almost tied it or did tie it, but then Calgary won 9-6 and then didn't win another game. Not saying that that'll happen in Winnipeg because I think they're the better team. But I look at that and I go, that's going to calm down. That's not going to be every game. There's no way. No way. Jorge Victor Aguilar with a super chat. You are the GM of the Tampa Bay Lightning. What do you do in the summer if they get stomped by Florida? I think you got to have a good, hard look at Steven Stamkos and go, what are we going to do here? What's he? I didn't get the Maddie. Are you looking at a face-off? Okay. Maddie's reminding me to clap for the face-off, and then when she did that, here's fun. I'm looking at Ryan Kessler interview right now. He's looking very tatted up and very alpha male. Okay, hang on. I'm going to finish that. Jorge, I'm going to finish your question in a second. McDonough is in the box to start. We're going to clap, and we're going to do it properly. Are we ready? Game started. Was not a great clap, though. Not a great clap. Bit of a dud. If I was the GM of the Tampa Bay Lightning, I think you got to get a little bit bigger. I think you got to get a little bit younger. And I think you got to get a little bit faster. And you got to surround Kucherov with somebody exciting and fun. And there will be teams that are upset that they didn't do well in the playoffs this year that are going to look at that and go, I might move on from a star here. Just saying. Tampa's going to be able to take advantage of that. John Cooper and Steven Stamkos leave town after Tampa gets swept. Take their talents to TO. Yeah, I mean, John Cooper, didn't he just sign an extension? I don't think they're getting rid of John Cooper. He's the highest paid coach in the NHL. They're not firing John Cooper. He's a spectacular coach. Here we go. Oh, okay. 26 seconds left on the power play. Vancouver they've been buzzing all night. They've been threatening all night. I think there was somebody in the chat, and I forget your name, I apologize, who said at one point the block shots were 7-1 in Nashville's favor, which tells you they don't have the puck and they're in the defensive zone a lot. They've been doing a great job in blocking Vancouver shots and breaking up plays and getting their sticks in there and all that. But man, this is not going to last. Vancouver is going to break through here. They keep doing this, it's going to happen. By the way, there's only 9 registered shots in this game. How very Nashville. This is Barry Trotz is playing in this game. Forget being the president and general manager. Andrew Burnett, you're not the coach. Barry Trotz is the coach. This is such a Barry Trotz game. It's not even funny. Here we go. By the way, I made a coffee. What's that? What? This stream feels like my dad is talking to me. You know what? Super rad. I am a dad. I'm a super dad. I'm going to have a 5-year-old in a month. Can you believe that? I have a 5-year-old. I don't know. Jesse once told me when I was in my mid-20s and he was in his early 20s, he's like, Adam, you will be at your peak. You will be full Adam in your 40s. I've always been kind of an old man that way. So I'm fine with that. I take that compliment and I go, yes, that's for me. Sorry, I made this coffee. It's super hot. I zapped it for 30 seconds and it is way hot. So if I slurp a little, I apologize. There's Jesse's face. Isn't he beautiful? What a handsome man. What a handsome guy. I'm watching the game over the screen, so I hope you don't mind if I'm looking up and over. Yeah. If I'm Nashville, I'm a little worried right now. I'm a little worried. Vancouver's starting to catch up, starting to look real good. Starting to look like They're figuring this out. Wow, that was a great save by Saros too. That's the one thing they haven't figured out. It's UC. And Pettersson not missing that shot. That was a gift for Pettersson. Absolute it's criminal. Okay, Jolson slashing in the box. Let's see what Nashville does on the power play here. This is their second power play of the game, if I remember correctly. And Vancouver did a really good job stopping on the first one. Having Lindholm there for Vancouver, as much as it didn't look great for the first few games, key, real key. Okay, breaking up the plays. Here we go. To the point. That's the guy you don't want to have the puck, Roman Josi. Inevitably, he will. And Vancouver's always got a guy high, and you got a block shot there. Perfect. Lindholm with the block shot. That was great. Okay, we got 30 seconds killed on this. 16:55 left in the second period if you're trying to time your clock with mine. We're going to get a score bug up for the next game, which will be Friday night, by the way, and I'll be doing it. I'll be doing the game. We're in this together. We're doing the late shift. At least for me, it's the late shift. For you, it's just the normal evening shift. Ryan O'Reilly. He looked dangerous in game one. I got to give him credit. He looked real dangerous. That's a guy that he's another guy who's just Mr. Playoffs. Zadorov with a good clear. Gone. It's so weird when you look up at the score bug, which is the where the time is and everything. I don't know why they call it a score bug. The fact that Nashville in registered shots, not scoring chances, but in registered shots is out shooting Vancouver right now. Such a misnomer. But there was a time when we would have looked at that and gone, well, I guess Nashville's having a better game. They're out shooting them. Before advanced stats, like that's literally what people thought. You'd be like, I feel like this team's better. Like I feel like Vancouver's better, but Nashville's out shooting them. So no, they must be better. Very simplistic view of the game. It used to be. Now it's all complicated. And numbers and graphs, which are things I'm not great at, but I try really hard. Okay, Pettersson. Nice steal. Love that. That's a big stick. Are they offside? Hope not. Mikheyev. Ooh, here we go. Power play over. That's offside? Yeah. Pettersson's like, wow, this is so easy and great. How do I have the puck down low like this? It's offside. It's offside. Andrew Ryan, you guys really need to show the game clock on the screen for this to work. Yes, Andrew, I know. I've mentioned it a few times. We are going to get that going. Steve obviously does his too. 15-17 left. I'll clap for the playoff or for the face-off. We're rookie streamers here. Oh, Maddie's a rookie. Mad Dog. Ow! She is Mad Dog's running the stream, and I'm doing this. Here we go. Face off. That clap was the face off. 15-15 left. So yeah, we'll get it going. Don't worry. It's the second game of the playoffs. You're worried about it working. It's working. Everybody's here. You're here. It's working. We just kind of need to update. We need to get better. That's Jared P. Which team had a better prime? Penguins, Blackhawks, or Lightning? Tampa went to 4 cups in 8 years. Sadly, only won 2 of them. 1 game from 5 cups. Yeah. Man. I would say that if you're talking about dynasty, I think you need 3 cups. And Tampa got the 2. But I think Chicago did their 3 cups over. They did it over 6 years. I think you give it to Chicago because those key guys were there when it was happening. Oh, wow. He's pissed. That stung. That sucked. Is there a penalty here? I can't hear the volume on the screen, so you're going to have to bear with me. I would give it to Chicago. I think. Oh, it was the skate that hit him. So he thought it was a stick. It was a skate. Oh, that sucks. That could have been a lot worse, too. Total accident? Oh, yeah. Oh, that sucks. How bad would that hurt? Oh. Yeah, if he didn't lose a tooth. It wasn't a stick. I know he says it was a stick. It wasn't a stick. Ref made the right non-call. Yeah, Blackhawks, I would say, and then I would say Tampa second. I'd say Penguins third. And I would say this with a caveat. If Sidney Crosby doesn't get that concussion in 2011 and miss most of the season, I think we're having a different conversation. Prime Sidney Crosby, we've talked about it on the podcast recently. You were robbed. You were robbed. The guy, first off, he still plays amazing, but prime Sidney Crosby had concussion issues. He broke his jaw. Like there was a talk at the time, like, are we going to have like an Eric Lindros type situation here where we're going to miss out on this player's best years because they keep getting headshots? And thankfully that didn't happen. But it just kind of goes to show, right? Like, one player can dictate that, and health is such an important part of that. Tampa Bay Lightning had health most of the time. Most of the guys were healthy except for Stamkos, that one Stanley Cup final. And the Blackhawks were pretty healthy too from their star players. Woo! Good save to Smith. Can he hold it out? Yep. I would say that's like the first real super dangerous shot that they've had this period. Nashville. That was good. They drove the net, made DeSmith really work for it. But yeah. People are talking about Gretzky and the Oilers. Yeah. I know Gretzky and the Oilers had the best dynasty, and I would say people discount the Habs at the end of the 70s who won 5 straight cups. The Oilers never did that. The Habs at the end of the 70s are probably the most dominant team of all time in the NHL. In fact, I know they are. I'm not even going to argue it. But we were just talking about the post-cap era. So we're talking Pens, Blackhawks, and Lightning. Yeah, I would say that we need to do a better job of looking up the Montreal Canadiens from the late 70s. Go look up Ken Dryden's goalie stats. Guy played 10 years. I think he lost like 30 games over 10 years. Like, he's just stupid. Hello, Adam. I'm wondering your choice of coffee. Well, at work tonight, Maddie's laughing because she knows. I buy Tim Hortons. So we got Tim Hortons. I'm drinking Tim Hortons. Why did I say Timothy's? Tim Hortons coffee. Yummy. Delicious. And it's the coffee pods, the Keurig pods. I made Jesse get better coffee because he had originally got the cheapest crap available. Best Espresso was the brand, and it was not the best, and it was not espresso. It was bad. And it's funny. He makes fun of me because I have a Nespresso at home. And he's like, why do you have one of these? You don't need these. And so he and his girlfriend and me and my wife were out, and his girlfriend said, I'm just dying to get an espresso machine. I was like, ha, Jesse, ha. See, she wants one. He's like, it's a waste of money. You don't want it. And she's like, you have one? Anyway, long story short, Jesse doesn't worry about coffee too much. I'm a bit more of a connoisseur. Avalanche up 4-2 on the Jets. Wow. Okay, we got to face off. Oh, linesman. The linesman. This linesman is just, it's the linesman show tonight. I can't stand when they do this crap. Drop the puck. We don't care. Nobody cares if it's, okay, there it is. Thank you. 13:47 left. That linesman's done that 5 times tonight. Stop doing that. By the way, am I the only one that gets bothered by that? Am I the only one? Like, I feel like I'm the only one. Every time I tweet about it, people are like, what? What are you talking about? What a goal! Oh, wow. Nashville is up 2-0. That was filthy. Oh, Jesse's joined the chat. Jesse, did you get that Nespresso yet? Yeah, because Gabby wants one. You should get her one. Okay. We got Forsberg. This is gross. Look at this. Nobody gets him. Oh, you know what? I think Soucy did the right thing there. You let the goalie take him one-on-one, stop the pass, but oh my God. I guess he could have challenged him with his stick, but what a goal. That's a Forsberg goal. That's a Peter Forsberg, Phil Forsberg goal. Both Predators greats. That was wow. Okay, now we got a different game. Guys. If you're a Vancouver Canucks fan and you're nervous, I get it. And this is where Nashville is supposed to be one of the best teams in the league, and that's just locking it down, making it annoying to play. Now, that might be bad for us on the stream because it makes the game more boring. But this is where we find out if Nashville can actually lock down the Canucks, because they've done it to other teams. There's a reason this team went 14-0-2. They're good. They're real good. And they're real good at defense, and they got a great goaltender. I'm curious about what they're going to do here. Vancouver's they got to get a goal here. I think in the next, you got to get at least one before the end of the second period. You got to score. You do not want to go into the third period with these guys with a game plan set up, ready to go in a 2-0 game. Like, this is a Nashville game. And they've already kind of made Vancouver play their game. Vancouver has, again, it's a low event hockey game. They've had a lot of scoring chances, but again, only 5 registered shots. Nashville's blocking their shots. They're playing to Nashville's strengths, which is we're not a better team, but we're going to play a system that neutralizes all of Vancouver's strengths, or as many as possible. Boy, and they're putting some offensive pressure on. Look at how quickly the Vancouver Canucks break out. Helps to have Quinn Hughes, but I just wish the Leafs would do that. They're so slow. Okay, Quinn Hughes is just he's a monster. There's 3 heads on him. Brock Besser open. Got some good offensive zone pressure. This is the right line to throw out. Tocchet did a good job here. You got to put this out right now. Oh, good play. Good play. Oh, by the way, how bad does Pettersson wish he scored that goal now? How much do you think he's like, oh my God, if I just put that in, even 2-1, that feels like, no, it's not offside. They put it in themselves. Oh, goal! Colton Sissons. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a shocking result right now on our hands. 3-0. So JT Miller almost had a goal here. Like, this game should not be 3-0. It shouldn't. UC Saros, and I don't blame Casey DeSmith for any of these goals. None of these goals are Casey DeSmith's fault. And I really, like, is that even, like, that Pettersson's even covering him. That's just a guy that wanted it more. First playoff goal in 31 games. Good for Colton Sissons. I don't know if it's, I know people are like, you're getting mad at DeSmith. I don't think it's DeSmith. I mean, listen, 3 goals on 11 shots ain't great, and sometimes you need to save. By the way, face off 11:53 is where my time's at. But, like, look at the goals that went in. The Forsberg one was just beautiful, right? The one we just saw was Colton Sissons fighting off Pettersson and getting a rebound that no goalie would have had unless you could absorb that somehow. There's no way Thatcher Demko has that. And then the first one, I don't know. I'm not upset at DeSmith. I'm not upset. From Pursued Bubble. Should Utah be called the Raptors? It's a dinosaur. Yeah, thank you for that. P.S. Do an LFR of your own with Hat Guy the next time Steve has to miss one. Yeah, I don't know if I could do, man. Doing an LFR in place of Steve would be sacrilegious. I think people would riot. There'd be blood in the streets. Hat Guy would just have to fill in for me, fill in for Steve. I can't take that mantle. But the Utah Raptors would be hilarious just for the chaos of 2 teams being called the Raptors. I think I liked the Utah Outlaws. I like that name. I just think Outlaws is a name that we should be using more. The Yetis, Maddie likes the Yetis. I think having an abominable snowman monster in this. Oh, here we go, Vancouver. Oh, walking around the stands would be hilarious. We need good mascots, right? The NHL has good mascots. We need a good one in Utah. We need one that's hilarious, that that goes toe-to-toe with Gritty for best mascot in the league. Okay. Well, Maddie said we need something so goofy that it's cool. Well, that's Gritty. Gritty is the goofiest guy, and I love him. But I don't know how much star power the former Coyotes organization now in Utah is going to have going into next year. So you got to sell them. You got to sell the kids on the mascot a little bit. Woo! Before the talent comes in. Now the Clayton Keller's good, and no one's complaining. I think it's going to be fascinating when there's 8 teams in bonus overage right now, and they've got nowhere to dump their contracts next year because the Arizona Coyotes don't exist. So who's going to be the next cap dump team? Is it going to be, are we going to get another goal from Nashville here? Hold on. Oh, wow. Smith behind the net. Sherwood's out there. McCarron's out there. This is a fourth line. Good offensive zone pressure. Man, Nashville's, whoa! Oh, baby. Man, he's lucky he still has his head. That was going to be a big hit. That was going to be crazy. Wow. Suter is lucky that his limbs and head are still attached. Oh, man, Nashville's really opening it up. It's weird. Most teams, when they get up 3-0 in the playoffs, are like, okay, time to lock it down. Nashville is like cheating for offense right now. They're getting all the chances. It's really weird. Oh, we got a broken stick. Oh, that sucks. Man, Vancouver feels like snake bitten. JT Miller is grabbing a guy now. Is he going to get a penalty? I don't know. Jason Zucker in deep. Ooh, that looked like a high stick. And whoa, almost had another Nashville goal there. This game, if Vancouver's got to tighten up here, if they had some good pressure after the goal, but Vancouver's got to tighten up here. Calm down. It's not over. It's 3-0. It's kind of scary, but you're going to face this in the playoffs, and you just got to chip away at this minute after minute. They need a goal this period. 2 would be nice, but you're going to need to make your job right now has got to be, oh, that's a penalty for sure. That is interference for sure. Although playoffs, you never know. The first 3 games of the playoffs for any series are so hard to tell. I haven't had any complaints about the refs these playoffs. I think they've done a good job. And it's just hard to tell how tight they're going to call a game. It's just, like the first game, it feels like a bit more regular season-ish, and then they start to get, wow, that was a big boy hit. Suter got right back up, though. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it. A lot of people are, do we really think that Casey DeSmith is the problem here? Because I don't see it. Some Utah names: Utah Saints or Utah Witnesses. I wouldn't go the religious route on that one. The Saints works because there is a religious element that's undeniable in Utah. I feel like you want to be careful because you don't want to be offensive, right? Religion is it's touchy for people. Utah Rockers, I don't mind that. Nathan Valakat, if we get you to 1,000 likes, you have to show your feet. Oh man, is it gripper o'clock? Oh my gosh. Is it do it grip? 482. I don't know. You guys have a lot of likes to give me before we're getting to grippers. But like I told you, the second that we hit 1,000 likes tonight, it'll be gripper o'clock and you can see him. Yeah, right? Gripper o'clock changes every night. And those feet they're coming. What about the Utah Pioneers? Utah hockey team. The Lunatic Man says the Utah hockey team or Utah HC. No, that's for soccer. This is hockey. You come up with real names. All right. Utah Stags. I like that. Utah Sandworms. I think you need to save that for the next Arizona team, and they got to be Dune sponsored. The Utah Grippers. Gripper o'clock is so millennial coded. I don't even know what millennial coded is. That's how millennial I am. Listen, if you're on this stream and you're Gen Z and you're making fun of me for my millennial age, like, first off, I work with Maddie, and Maddie's in my ear all night as my producer, and Maddie's already calling us out on that crap. Second, you don't know this, but I like getting older. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being a dad. Okay, I'm enjoying this season of my life. So you can call me old. I take it as a compliment. Maddie's telling me to embrace it. Utah Archers, Utah Bighorns, Utah hockey team. Not Utah hockey team. No. is there going to be SDPN coverage of the Dallas Vegas series? So we had to make a pick, and the reason I picked this series was because Nashville and I aren't getting along right now, even though I love Nashville. And I'm so freaking excited that Vancouver's back in. So that's why I want to do this series. So obviously we'll cover it on the podcast, and CJ and Julian have a new show out that's out actually today. Here we go. Vancouver with a chance. I don't know if we're going to do live streams for this particular series, but it's very possible because I'm going to do all the, depending upon who gets through. My plan is to follow the Canucks because I started with the Canucks, but depending upon who gets through, definitely throughout the series, we're going to be covering the West Coast. So I'm going to do the best that I can. And remember, we're a small company with not a lot of people, and we're doing these and we're loving these. The other thing is, we wanted to do streams on alternate nights. Because Steve's got his streams. I don't think anybody wants to go up against Steve on the streams. He kind of draws an audience. I'm not sure if you're aware. So this was just a good opportunity to do something else and have some fun. Talk about something else. Utah Bluegrass, Utah Stocktons. Oh man, like John Stockton, man, their pants would have to be the shortest pants. They would have to be short shorts. Maybe the Utah short shorts. John Stockton, I've never seen more NBA leg than John Stockton. Go look up John Stockton. That guy wore booty shorts to play basketball. I don't know how he did it. It's like you got to secure the package to make sure nothing's, you know what I'm saying? I won't go any further than that. There could be kids watching. The Utah Yeti are set up. Only $34.325 million in contracts for next year. All at first. And yeah, I know you got all those first and seconds and 7 third rounders, whatever. You can't draft that many people. So you're going to have to trade them. And I think Utah's going to make they're going to make a big splash this summer. Probably 2 big splashes. There's going to be teams that want to dump contracts, or teams that want to move on from stars, or stars that want to move on from teams. This is going to be, I don't want to talk about it right now because the playoffs are so good in terms of like what could happen at the draft and free agency this year. But guys, like the playoffs are going to be sick, and then the draft is going to be sick, and then free agency is going to be sick. We got a brand new franchise with we got a breakaway. Sam Lafferty, Leaf great. Oh, man. Oh. On the backhand, just can't convert. UC's got the whole bottom end of the net. If he gets high on that backhand, that's in. What was I saying? Utah, I think they're going to be making some noise, and I think we're in for a sick, like crazy offseason. There's Noah Juleson over Southsea, Lafferty. Di Giuseppe. He's been good tonight. Bit of an undisciplined penalty on Sunday night, but he's been good. Oh, we got a goal! And I think he set it up. Nikita Zadorov, the Russian bear. Do bears do that? They don't hiss, do they? They just kind of chase you down and hug you, and you're dead. Wow. That was great. Look at that. Of all the shots to go through, too, of all the Canucks shots tonight, Di Giuseppe, up to the point, over to Zadorov, who just changed. And that's like some weird floater that you would expect somebody to tip. Yeah, that's like a perfect tipping puck, but the guy in front's tied up. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, wow, great, fantastic. Floater shot that would never get past him normally. Wow, amazing. London Knights legend Nikita Zadorov. How are we feeling, Canucks fans? How are we feeling? We got 4:16 left. 4:16 left. How are we feeling? Are we feeling like we're back in this? Do the vibes be good? Okay. Oh, Maddie, I don't know where you are on the clock because I'm at 4:01. How are you at 3:24, Maddie? Oh, Maddie's on cable. That's why. Damn. Look at that. I can't stand that they lag internet streams. Like, come on, guys. Let's get to this century, please. I know why they do it. They want you to have cable, but I don't have cable at work, so we're on the Sportsnet app. How are we feeling, Vancouver fans? Pedersen is a disgrace. The Utah climate change is a name. Stop it. The Utah Bears. Utah. Nope, not going to read that out. Almost got myself canceled. Please, no, not doing that. By the way, I'm looking at the likes here. I guess looking at the likes here, nobody wants the grippers, huh? 557. Sorry, guys. When we go to commercial, I'm going to refresh my Sportsnet feed because just want to make sure I'm on track here. But okay, so we're in commercial 3:15. I'm going to tune into the Colorado Winnipeg game, which is just a bonkers game. It's nice to see ESPN giving it some flowers too. Like specifically, Pat McAfee had Elliot Friedman and PK Subban on, and PK was just giving it to Sheldon Keefe. It's so nice to see that. Like, you guys are here. You guys are hardcore hockey fans. If you're watching a side stream for a hockey game, you're hardcore hockey fans. I just want to say, like, we all know that this game is the best. And they've done such a bad job in the last 20 years of growing it. And it's so nice to see it finally getting some, like, finally we're back where we belong on the big stage. There's just no forgiving the NHL giving the rights to Versus and the Outdoor Life Network. Like what are we talking about here? So it's good to see. And I credit to Pat McAfee, who is from Pittsburgh. So he obviously grew up with the Penguins and grew up with Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr and stuff. But credit to him for pushing his audience, because Pat McAfee could do what they do with First Take and just straight talk football and basketball and do nothing else. That's what Stephen A does. That's his wheelhouse. I don't fault him for it. But Pat's like, no, we're going to break out. We're going to do something else. Man, that first Nashville goal was crazy. Yeah, so I don't blame DeSmith for any of these goals. The first goal was redirected. The third goal was these are not DeSmith. I think he's been fine. Anyway, credit to Pat McAfee for pushing his audience, because sometimes your audience rejects what you want to talk about. And Pat's like, no, we're going to talk about hockey and it's going to be fun. Now, I hate the segment name, which is Hockey is Awesome. But, like, it's just like, what kind of vanilla tagline is that? But Pat's show is anything but vanilla. It's a good show. Really good show. Canucks kind of hemmed in on their own zone. I thought that might have been offside. Zucker's got the puck in the corner. Gets it down low. This is what Nashville's good at. Just down low and against the board. Sissons already has a goal tonight. Zucker looked pretty good in game one. That's got to be a hook, right? Nope. Yep. Oh, yeah. I think Vancouver's going to the power play. That was a hook on. And you know what? Good for Quinn Hughes. Steve always says this too. When you get hit hard, you gotta play dead. And Zucker's laughing, but what's he laughing about? That is a penalty all day. Yeah. And Quinn Hughes sold it, and as well he should. Look at, of course that, what's Zucker complaining about? You got your stick up in his gloves. It doesn't matter what round of the playoffs this is. That's a penalty all day. The refs have to call that shit. They do. Don't let them. Don't let them. Get your stick down. I'm always surprised how many times people have their stick up. And I'm like, guys, like, you're 25, 26, 30, 35. You know, stick's got to go down. And let's see if Vancouver can get a second goal here before this period ends, and then they're really in it. Good play. 2:12 left in the second period. Here we go. Okay, Nashville with a little bit of a breakout. We don't love this. This is uncomfortable. DeSmith with a good save. Okay, and he covers up. See, guys, DeSmith's good. Utah Blizzard, so you can get sponsored by Dairy Queen. It's not bad, actually. That's a really good tie-in. I'll give you that. Okay, get ready, because I'm going to clap for you, and we can align our streams. Pedersen is going to score from that angle, by the way. I'm looking at that replay. That's almost the exact same angle he had when he had a wide open net. They're going to be looking for him, but he's going to score from that angle in this series. It's going to happen. Do you think Saros could be on the move this summer if Detroit is interested? Adam Kerr just asked if Saros might be on the move. If Nashville is stupid, yeah. They got a playoff team. You can't move on from. If they'd missed the playoffs, that's the face-off, by the way. 153 left. It depends on what he wants in his extension, but I don't know. I have a hard time thinking that Nashville would lose this guy. Like you can do it with a tandem like the Leafs have done, and Carolina's like has a threesome doing goaltending. But I look at that and I go, this is I don't know. I wouldn't move on from a top 3 goalie in the league under any circumstances. It's easier to find. It's easier to make other parts of your team better, if that makes sense. Like you can find talent. You can find big guys. I told you this offseason is going to be bonkers. I think it's going to be unlike anything we've seen in like the last half decade. With the salary cap going up, new Utah franchise looking to make a splash. This is going to be a crazy offseason. I'm telling you. UC Saros, I mean, they could get a king's ransom for him. So if he sets you up with the goaltender of the future, maybe. But the way that this team's constructed, there's a lot of veterans on this team. So it would be really weird to be like, okay, we're getting rid of our veteran goaltender now. I don't know. I just don't think I've spent too much on this question, but it's a good question. UC, I think, is a pred. I think you just keep him. Ethan Talhoun, welcome to SDP VIP ad free. Ethan, or no, that's not Ethan. Elanian, sorry, that's not Ethan. Why did I say Ethan? Anyway, welcome to SDP VIP ad free. You're gonna enjoy. It's gonna be fun. Pedersen is gonna score tonight. That's what I think. He is just that right there. You see what I'm saying? It's happening. They're looking for him too. He's always in the right spot. Oh, see what I mean? That was a great redirect. That was awesome. Oh, UC, baby. JM asked what happened to Demko. We don't know the specifics, but I'm pretty sure it's the groin. And he was struggling with that this year, was he not? And he was doing some stretching to save pucks in game 1. So good for Vancouver for getting a goal. Hats off to Nashville. They have made Vancouver play their game. Again, we went through the first period. There were like 10 shots total. We're now at like 23 shots total. This is a Nashville Predators, like put the brand, copyright this, send it to the copyright office. This is Nashville hockey right here. And it's not like Vancouver's not getting their chances. They are. Look at that right off the freaking post. Patterson. Can't buy this. He's doing everything right. It's going to go in for him. I'm telling you, he's scoring tonight. He's got. If you're live betting this, I would put money on him. He's in the zone. It's just he's been unlucky. That's going to change though. You get enough of chances like that with a guy that's that good, it's going to happen. I think Vancouver's very much in this game. This feels a little bit like, well, not quite like that, but you know how the Islanders were up 3-0. The Preds are way better than the Islanders, but the fact that that Vancouver's had this many scoring chances, guys, third period's going to be awesome. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Oh, you want me to flip to the Jets game for intermission? Okay, we can do that. You want to do that? I am going to take a little bit of a break here in a sec because I just need to go to the bathroom. I have to align streams. Haha. You see? I made a pee joke. But they're going to commercial break. Are they? Okay, they're going to commercial break. Why don't we do this? Let's run a quick clip. Maddie, what are we talking about? Can you feed that to me? Oh, this is an interesting one, especially if you're not a Leaf fan. I mean, I want to get your opinion in the chat on this. How to fix the Mitch Marner problem. If you didn't know, after 2 periods, his line with Tavares and Nyes was at like 4.9 expected goals, 4.9%. And to give you an idea of how the Matthews line was doing, they were like an 80.8%. I've never seen anything that low. We know this guy's a spectacular hockey player. So what's the answer to get him going in the playoffs? So we'll let the clip play, and then I want to know what you guys think.
One thing that drove me nuts on the panel is that they all seem to agree that it's on Sheldon Keefe to get Mitch Marner going. So therefore, what he needs to do is put Mitch Marner in next to Austin Matthews. And I have to ask the question, and I know he's a human being, and I know that tomorrow night when they play, he could be the best player on the ice because he's got that kind of talent. Mm-hmm. At what point do you say, sorry, Mitch, I got this line going great. It isn't my job to get you going. It's your job.
Well, and he still does play with Matthews.
He was subbing him in throughout the third period.
Yeah, there was a defensive situation where I was like, okay, Matthews is out there. He should probably be out there with Mitch instead of Domi. Oh, okay, good, he is.
Which makes sense.
You know, but 10.9 mil. I know the coach's job is to get their guys going and get the most out of them. It's one guy. The conversation is so consistently around this one guy. There was another clip going around of the puck is in the corner. Marner's going after it. Charlie McAvoy's going after it. Marner is clearly going to be the first one to it. He does that thing where he steps around McAvoy to try to get position and do a stick lift. Nylander got criticized for this last playoff too. But like it was so poorly executed that you're just like this. I can't use this player. I can't use this player right now. And, you know, like I've never seen a player take so much crap after a Leafs playoff win. Mm-hmm. I've never seen that. Like, what was the James Sharman tweet?
It'd be great when they have Nylander and Marner back.
Man, that's
James Sharman,
so
soccer expert.
Yeah, no, I saw lots of people make that joke. Like, yeah, it's tough. It's tough for the guy right now, and I don't know what to do. Like, it's funny. I've seen some people suggest like using him at center. I'm not convinced he'd be that much worse.
Yeah, but it's something you've never tried.
No, I would also kick the entire coaching staff down the stairs.
That doesn't make much sense.
Mid playoffs. But you know, I feel like that ship has sailed just like it's sailed with Nylander. I don't know what to do. I don't know what.
I think you have to leave it in the hands of the player themselves. Yep. I mean, this does have. Listen, nobody's disputing Marner's world-beating talent. I think the reason that people are so hard on him is because it's not even because of the money. Well, it's a little because of the money. I think it's more because of the talent. I think everybody's seen him play great, and we know what it looks like, and we want that, and we need that now. We don't need that in game 62. We need it now.
I'm going to be honest. If Mitch Marner made $3 million, I'd be fine with his play. I'd be like, that's a great penalty killer.
You know, well, yeah.
Yeah.
If he was making Calle Yarncroke's salary, you'd be like, oh, yeah.
That's a great guy for the value.
Plug and play. Did you see he also has like 90 points? That's crazy. Like, you know what clip I'm fascinated with, and we have not analyzed enough, is that behind the bees thing where it was during the regular season. Jake McCabe cross-checks Marchand in the throat, and Marchand is beside himself, indignant, yelling, angry at Mitch Marner.
Why is Mitch taking strays for that?
He's screaming at Mitch, and he goes, "You're going to get it. You're going to get it. I'm coming for you. You're going to get it. You're going to get it."
Oh, because
bullies know who to pick on.
Oh, I see.
Bullies know who to pick on. What's he going to do? Go at Jake McCabe?
No, never.
He'll eat him whole. What's he going to do? Who's he going to go after? Austin Matthews? They'll kill you. Someone will grab you and snatch the soul out of your corpse.
It'll be like the end of. It'll be like Johnny Cage losing in what is it?
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat 2 when he dies right at the beginning.
Oh, spoilers, man.
Sorry.
Come on, that just came out.
That was a sad day.
It was. No, but this is what I'm talking about. Marchand and I think other guys have identified their easy target, and you know, Matthews has Domi and Bertuzzi, who go nuts anytime anyone goes near him, and that's great. Almost feels like Mitch needs that.
That's a good point.
Almost feel. You know how Domi grabbed a rookie on the Devils and just beat the brakes off him. Holy shit, nearly took his head off if that uppercut connects. And everyone was like, yeah, don't touch Matthews. Matthews is a big boy. Like, I don't want anyone touching him either, but like, he can handle himself. It's too late because it's the playoffs, but if game 3 or 4 gets out of hand and someone's giving Mitch a hard time, get yourself kicked out of the game.
Like one of
I
the
don't give a shit what you do. I don't give a shit what you do as long as they understand.
Because you got to give this player room.
Speak to the Boston Bruins in the oldest language, is what I'm saying. Because this kid can't do it for himself. So you got to speak up for him in the oldest language there is in humanity. It's the playoffs. It's what they would do. It's what they've done every single time. They've always understood the oldest language.
I also don't think that they've got the time to learn ancient Mesopotamian. It's brutal. Like it's a really.
Is that the oldest language?
Well, that's one of them. One of them. I don't know if that's the most.
Mitch Marner, the worst expected goals through the 2 games of any forward on the team.
Like,
So
that's shocking.
he's behind guys like Holmberg and Reeves and Nyes and Yarncroke, all of them greater
Reeves.
expected goals.
Nyes is a big boy. Can he do that?
Well, he suffered a concussion last playoff. I mean, he can. He got into a fight, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
This season. I mean, I look at him as a guy who one day he's just going to be like, oh, I'm fucking huge. Like, sometimes we forget he played in college and they don't do that there.
Right.
McMahon will go you. And again, there's just that little something that McMahon has that Nyes doesn't have yet. Like, I see McMahon as exactly the sort of player Nyes could be next year or the year after. And then sky's the limit because Nyes can do things with his hands that McMahon can't. But someone's got to stick up for this guy. He won't do it for himself. And sticking up for him does not mean, oh, play him with Austin Matthews. We've seen it. You're taking away from a strength to address a weakness.
And a real strength. That line
strength.
is unbelievable.
Fans don't have an appetite for it anymore. The coaching staff clearly doesn't have an appetite for it anymore. Figure it out. You have to.
What do you think Mitch needs to do? And obviously, we don't know.
Learn to fight.
Well, other than learn to fight, what do you think, guys? Like, what do you think he can do to put himself in a position to get this? It's a bit of a cold streak, bit of a monkey off his back. I don't think he would love his performance against Detroit or Tampa or Florida, even those are games 80, 81, and 82. He's had history in the past with Matthews being a spectacular 1-2 duo, but in the playoffs, the reason you split them up is because you can neutralize one line. You can neutralize one line.
He looks joyless right now. Like, it's not about being lazy. He doesn't look like he's having fun. He hasn't looked like he's had fun for a long time. And, there are sometimes, like, even in a goal celebration where, you ever see it in someone when they're faking it? They're being fake happy right now. Like when he was being a tough guy in Matthew Tkachuk's face at the end of Game 4 last year. Marner was spectacular in that game. He had a goal and an assist in a 2-1 win. And Tkachuk is punching him after the whistle. He got suspended for that. I'm kidding. You're allowed to do that in the NHL. And Marner just goes like, yeah, in his face because, I don't know, he doesn't really have experience responding to that type of behavior.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't have the answer. The people closest to him, his teammates, they know way better than me. I don't know. Hopefully winning. You get to win. Series is tied. You're coming home. What's not to feel good about? That building, loves you. When you put up the points, they love you. You score first. Leafs go up first. Get a nice big Game 3 win. I don't know, but you can't only feel good about yourself when you're winning. And he doesn't even look like he's feeling good about himself when they do.
one thing that drove me nuts on the panel is that they all seem to agree that it's on Sheldon Keefe to get Mitch Marner going. So therefore, what he needs to do is put Mitch Marner in next to Austin Matthews. And I have to.
We live. Hello. Okay, so I'm looking at I'm watching the Winnipeg Avalanche game, and I was just saying to Maddie, like, we really did pick a Nashville series because I think the shots are like 12-9 or whatever in the after 2 periods. I'm midway through the 3rd period with the Jets and Avs, and the shots are like 31-26. It's like, this is that. I'm telling you, Nashville's doing a real good job of making Vancouver kind of play its game. Although I have to give credit to Vancouver where it's due, because they've definitely hooked up with some good shots. So what did you guys all think of the Marner clip? I'm curious about that. What do you think? What do you think needs to happen there? Because there was a lot of talk in the panel about playing him with Matthews a little bit more, but the Matthews, Domi, Bertuzzi line is so good. So good. And you're like, okay, Marner, you're playing with Tavares and Nyes, and he is just coming off injury. It's a big topic of conversation here in Toronto. Wilsman in the super chat, refs missed a high stick from TJ on Panarin, and it led directly to a full contact headshot later and somehow wasn't called. Completely preventable. Subban had a good take on it just now, SDPN. Yeah, I mean, listen, they talk about wanting to get rid of headshots in the NHL sometimes, and it's actually pretty easy to do. Ken Dryden, one of the greatest goaltenders of all time, wrote a book about it. And he was like, you're never going to eliminate headshots, but you could make the penalties for them a lot tougher, and you could start calling headshots and players will just stop doing it. Again, you're going to hit heads from time to time, but it is one of those things where the NHL has just really not prioritized it. And I think part of the reason they haven't prioritized it is they want to keep hits in the game. And they also continue to believe that concussions or CTE doesn't come from concussions and doesn't come from shots to the head. Super weird that a head injury wouldn't come from a head injury, but that's where we are. Omar says on the super chat, when it comes to Marner, I find his struggle similar to Nuge. Obviously, Marner is a better player, but Nuge changed his game to a simple game. Straight lines. I know he's not elite, but his confidence is low. You know what? I think if there is anything you could accuse Mitch Marner of, that maybe could hold him back, it's that he does get a little too fancy sometimes, and it's because he's so capable. Right? He wants to dazzle you because he can. He really does have that. Just it's like it's like in Super Mario when you get the star. He just goes crazy and has this unbelievable vision and great passing and great skating and inside and outside edges and all the other crazy stuff that he can do. But I think you're right. If he simplifies his game a little bit more, it probably works a little bit better in the postseason. And one thing that I've always wanted to say is, I've always thought is that he stops driving the net in the playoffs. And I don't think it's a size thing. We have this perception of Mitch Marner being small. The guy's 6 feet tall. He's not small. He's in good shape, real good shape. He's strong. He's a great skater. I want to see him drive the net a little bit more and start to create opportunities and force defensemen to make mistakes. I find in the playoffs, he just becomes a bit too perimeter because he's looking around for an amazing pass. His shot's awesome. Like, he doesn't use it enough. That's a guy that I feel like, with Tavares already in front of the net, Mitch could cause a lot of chaos if he just drove it. But I'm just some guy. So that's just my opinion on it. By the way, I'm still watching this Winnipeg Colorado game. It's a damn good game. This is going to be an exciting finish. Real exciting. Yeah. It's good to see Colorado back in the series, although I'm always rooting for Canadian teams, but good to see him back in the series. Because honestly, like that needs to be a 7-game series. That needs to be like a classic that they're running on, we're seeing clips from for years to come. This is just such a good matchup, so much talent, and Georgiev's looking like a really good goaltender again, which is nice. Nathan Valaket, who's been a member of VIP for 2 months, likes for grippers. What are we at? What are we at in the gripper count? 630. Remember, it's gripper o'clock if we hit 1,000 likes. We hit 1,000 likes, the grippers come out. But only then and only then. And I think we got up to 700 likes last time. So we'll see. We'll see. Why do you keep talking about grippers? So a couple years ago when we were in Montreal for the draft, Jesse has the crab people in his streams. So I thought it would be funny to do like a weird takeoff and be like, "Oh, I got the feet people," and I kept showing my feet on the draft stream that we were doing, and it's something that's stuck. It really made an impression on people. So now my crew are the feet people. I was also suggesting that we start an OnlyFans just for feet. I'm sure people do that. I know it makes people uncomfortable. That's why we say it. We want to make you uncomfortable. Okay. Looks like we're coming back soon here with the Nashville Vancouver game. Getting ready to Maddie's giving me she's a little bit ahead of me in the game. And she's telling me, get ready to clap, because I clap before a face-off so we can align streams. Oh, JT Miller breaking his stick on that. Oh. Wow. If you can't blame DeSmith for any goal tonight. You can't. All right, here we go. Here we go. And the linesman isn't dropping the puck because the ref always does, and he'll actually drop it. Here we go. I'm going to clap when he drops. There we go. And the period is off. Now, see, the shots are 12-12. There's been 24 registered shots in this game. There have been a lot more scoring opportunities, but like, my God, this is a very Trotz game. He's tattooed on this game. Vancouver needs a goal in the first 5 minutes. That's what I think. You need to get within one, and they're going to be cheating to offense. So what you just saw there, this game's going to open up a little bit here. Miller, Suter, oh, so close. Good play. They've been doing a lot of that tip, like feed it in tip. You saw it with Pettersson, and it's going to work. We love a redirect. It's giving goal, is what I'm saying. But not yet. Not yet. 17 block shots now by the Preds, according to Mouseless. JM says, Adam, I'm staying on the Avs game. Listen, I get it. I totally get it. But I'm staying here because I told you I'm committed to the Vancouver Canucks. It's me and it's Vancouver. We ride. What was that? By the way, what was that song that the Vancouver Canucks fans made for the playoff run? People were really mean about that. I think it's cool when people try to, make a little song for their team and get excited about it. People are so judgy. Like, you come up with a song. Also, I did find it funny today when people were talking online. Demko announces that he can't play, and they're like, "Oh, it really was one time for Demko," like in the song. Jared P, I need Adam Feet content. Well, you know what to do. Start getting people to like stuff. You got to like this video. You got to get me to 1,000 likes. Then that gripper content. All right, here we go. Hit like for grippers. Balls. Look at all these chats. This stream is devolving. Okay, what do we rate Philip Forsberg's mustache? I think it's significant. That's a good mustache. I think it's almost like Civil War mustache, like old-timey soldier, writing home to Ma. This is a big face-off, by the way. Lindholm, O'Reilly. Lindholm wins it. Back to Hughes. Hughes has so much mobility on that blue line. It's crazy. And then, pair him with Roenick, who was like the best defenseman in Detroit offensively. Come on. Good pickup. Garland deep. Dakota Joshua. I love this line. They haven't got enough. They have not got enough ice time tonight. There's been a lot of special teams work. I want these guys on the ice more. Okay, here we go. Dakota Joshua, who was such a factor, scored 2 goals. Ooh, in the third period. That's just a brutal hit. Like, nothing wrong with it. Totally clean. Yeah. Do we get grippers if the Nucks win? No, I've already made a deal with you. 1,000 likes, the grippers come out. You can't change the rules now. Cannot change the rules. If they win the series, you'll get gripper content. Absolutely. I don't know if you want it. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit feat is comparable to what I have, but just so you know what you're in store for. Fourth line for the Canucks, but it's doesn't matter. They're really good too. Oh, Pettersson's out there. What am I talking about? Pettersson, Mikheyev. Here we go. Oh, what a save. Wow. Mikheyev just ripped it. Point blank. UC's like, yeah, that's mine. Thank you. Yeah, another block shot. Man, they're just getting bodies in front. Lozon, that was just a good takedown. I'm just watching the replays here. Look at this. So UC had body position on him, and I don't think Mikheyev got the shot off that he wanted to. I think that was a little low. But even so, UC, baby. Okay, Zadorov, the goal scorer for the Canucks, floats another one in, and nice little catch. We got the fourth line out there. Hey, how about that, eh? Fourth line out there on a offensive zone. Oh, Zadorov's getting into it. Let's go. Okay, nobody's going Zadorov, though. Nobody's going to fight him. Nobody. What are you going to do? You're giving up a foot on this guy. No way. He's 6'8". On skates, that means more. 17:45 left. We're going to get a face-off here. This linesman has been doing the fake face-off thing all night, driving me crazy. So here we go. Just drop the puck, 59. Drop it. Drop it. There we go. Thank you. Oh, my God. He's got to have family there or something. I bet he's got his parents are probably in town watching him ref, and they're really proud, and they're like, "Wow, look at him. He's like a sheriff out there. He's a sheriff of this game, keeping things under control, making sure those face-offs are fair." Stop it. All right, we got 17:15 left, by the way. Here we go. Teddy Bluger from Riga, Latvia. Teddy Bluger. There's Leaf great Sam Lafferty. Still upset about that trade. And we're offside for now. Aaliyah said that was my best clap of the night. Thank you. My claps have been pretty bad. I didn't know I was that bad at clapping. Like, I thought I was a good clapper. But I guess when I'm clapping, most of the time I'm clapping in a crowd of people and therefore am not paying attention to my clap. But maybe I have a weak clap. Oh, my God. How did Suter not score there? Wait till they show the replay of this. Suter has been robbed and then missed 2 golden opportunities tonight. Oh, my God. Okay. I don't know. Listen, at some point, Vancouver's just going to have to take this. Like, they're going to have to, like I said earlier, you can get all the scoring chances you want. You got to convert, man. That is a non-negotiable. You got to convert. You got to convert that. Okay, here we go. Besser rushing the puck in. Joshua. Oh, no, that was Garland. What am I saying? Boy, I want to look at Roenick and Hughes minutes after tonight. It feels like they're on the ice every shift. And Quinn Hughes is just at that age in your 20s where you just don't ever get tired. Oh, here we go. Oh, Dakota Joshua almost had it. Runs into UC Saros. He's going to get a lot of crap from Luke Shen, but it's not his fault. I don't blame Luke Shen for giving him crap, but like what are we doing here? Where is Joshua? It's taking him a while to get back. Ooh, almost a play there for Nashville. Okay, are we getting a penalty or what's the deal? What happened there? Yeah. That is just how, okay, Suter. Oh my God, he fumbled it. No. Okay, it went off Carrier. Okay. And the Dakota Joshua taken down by Jankowski. That had to hurt UC. You think about how big Dakota Joshua is, and he's coming in full speed. That's not going to feel good if you're a goaltender. Also, I don't know how anybody signs up to be a goaltender. What a brutal position to play. You got big, scary guys running into you and shooting pucks at your face all day. No thanks. No thanks. I'll be a winger, thanks. I'll just I'll kind of swoop in and pretend to defend, and then I'll get all the breakaways. I like that. I'll handle that. Super chat. Maddie is telling me to check the super chat. What super chat question did I miss? Mo Bailey. Adam is our substitute teacher. No work, just vibes. Thank you, Mo. I'm so glad to be that. Listen, I'm wheeling the TV in. We're watching movies in science class, baby. That's what we're doing today. And that's what we're doing all playoff. And let's be honest, Steve likes to narrate the games. I just want to talk to you. We all have our styles. Oh, that's a good hit. Okay. Tim Robichaux. Knowing Matthews, by the way, Tim, thank you for the super chat. Knowing Matthews doesn't need Marner to succeed, and Marner struggles in the playoffs when it matters, is he worth more or less than he's getting paid now? What would you offer him for his next deal, all things considered? I think, Tim, that remains to be seen. If we're talking Marner, okay, so everybody, Vancouver Canucks fans, were particularly harsh about this, and good for them. If I was a Canucks fan, I would have been too. They were like, oh, you can't have three guys making, or four, you can't have three guys making 10 million plus and expect to win. The Leafs could have four guys. Well, they will next year if Marner is still there next year, which he should be. He's got 1 year left. He's just under 11. But essentially, the Leafs will have four guys making $11 million next year. And, I credit to Dubas for trying it. Not credit to him for negotiating. I think he could have got better. I think he could have done better with the negotiations. He could have gone harder at Marner specifically. JT was a UFA, and he was the best UFA on the market, so they had to go to 11. Matthews, you just pay him whatever he wants because he's Matthews. But I think with Marner, these playoffs are going to say a lot. And if the Leafs are going to go anywhere, he needs to be scoring. And he needs to be setting up plays. And he knows that. Like, I'm not telling him, if he were watching this, he'd be like, yeah, I know. So when I look at that, I go, is he worth much more now than when he signed? Like, how many teams out there are going to give him a lot more than $10.9 million? How many teams? Like, Pettersson's 11.5, and he's a center. How many teams are going to go much higher than that? And maybe it's a free-for-all, and you got to remember the cap's going up $4 million this offseason, $4 million next season. So there probably will be. But, okay, we talk about cap percentage. So he's making about 11 or 12% on the cap. How many teams are going to go much more than 11 or 12% of whatever the cap is? So if 12% of the cap at $90 million is 11 or 12 million, I think that's a fair deal. It might even be rich. But the great thing about Mitch Marner is he is a proven, outrageously good regular season guy. I want to see more from him in the playoffs. I think if you gave him truth potion, would want to see more from himself. I think he'll figure it out. He's Mitch Marner. He'll figure it out. Utah about to drop $15 million on Marner. Yeah, you know what? If you're Utah, why not? Why not call the Leafs? Why not? I would call the Leafs and see. Rasmus Anderson and Jake Markstrom for Mitch Marner. Why are Calgary Flames fans so obsessed with trading Anderson and Jake Markstrom? They're both really good players. 12% at $90 million is $10.8 million. Okay, so the Leafs are already at 13 or 14% on Marner then of the cap. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's worth much more than what he's getting paid now, which, means that Kyle Dubas signed him at top of the market value 5 years ago. I know the cap didn't go up. I know there was COVID. It's not great. What's up, Maddie? Talk to me. Super chat coming in. I haven't seen it come in yet, but I will, I'm sure. By the way, we are at 714 likes. 714. How about that? Not seeing the super chat that Maddie's talking about. Oh, Adam, my favorite SDPN this time. What is your favorite Muckmeh? What is your favorite Aussie song? Okay, I love Aussie on his own. I would say Bark at the Moon is my favorite Aussie song. And if I'm in a really hyped up mood, there's a song called Desire that's like if you put it on in your house, it will peel the paint. It's so and also No More Tears. No More Tears is such a classic. Love No More Tears. But yeah, I would say Bark at the Moon. It's just such an incredible riff, and it reminds me of playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City and just screaming through Vice City in a convertible, listening to K-Rock or whatever the radio station is, J-Rock, with that crazy DJ, Laszlo. I played a lot of that game. The fact that I can remember that after like 20 years is crazy. Time check, 13:10. Just had a face-off, actually. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin Brevin. I need a Canucks goal here. I need a Canucks goal. I'm saying next 3 minutes. I want a Canucks goal before that clock hits 9:59. Can we get a Canucks goal before that? What do we think? Can we do it? No, we got an icing. Okay, so we're going to get an offensive zone face-off. Sorry, my nose is super itchy. I don't know if anybody's got allergies this year, but I'm trying not to do it as much as possible, but my nose is just dying. And Steve walked in today, and I'm like, "Are you sick?" And he's like, "No, allergies." Adam, do you realize that you say on Vancouver Island? Yeah, I know. What is that? Why is that? Why you're on Long Island and you're on Vancouver Island, but I'm not on Jamaica Island. I'm not on Barbados Island. I'm not on New Zealand Island. Right? It's an island. I'm not on Madagascar. I'm in Madagascar. Here we go. Quinn Hughes. And a good save by Saros. Yeah, nice and low. Love what Quinn Hughes did there. If there'd been somebody available, and the Preds are doing a really good job tying up the Canucks in front of the net, we may have a different story there. That's a perfect shot. Oh, you almost wonder if he'd gone, and again, this is nitpicking, couple inches to the right, does it have a shot to go through the 5-hole? It's UC versus Quinn Hughes. That's a good matchup for a shot and a goalie. Did you see that stat up there? Quinn Hughes has had 9 shot attempts and only 3 of them are actual shots. That is that's what it is to play the Predators. This is playoff hockey, folks. They're doing a good job. P24 Ray, thank you for the super chat. Steal 1 TDL trade from the last 2 years trade deadline trade for the last 2 years for the Leafs. Barbashev. Whatever the Leafs were trying to get that entire line. Dubas almost pulled it off, which would have been insane. Dubas is a good trader. He's really good at trading. Achari, O'Reilly, Barbashev is the Leafs' third line last year. And I think that Florida series is a lot different. Barbashev was unbelievable for Vegas. And is still, and he's one of those playoff guys. You're just like, yeah, that's the guy you want on your team. So I'm giving it to him. That's the one I would take, man. 25 shots combined in the entire game. Like I said, I was watching the Winnipeg Colorado game, and it was like 60 shots combined at this point in the third period. This is so Barry Trotz, it's disgusting. And yet here we all are hanging out together, having a good time. I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are having fun too. It's nice to have you all here. New Zealand is not an island. No. Okay, well, I need to work on my geography. Can you get a time sync, Adam? 11:45 is where my time's at. And I'll do a clap the next time there's a face-off. Maddie's been prompting me, and Maddie's a few seconds ahead because she's watching cable, and then she'll prompt me, but my brain has a real issue with focus. And so Maddie will tell me, and then I'll forget. And it'll be like 10 seconds between her telling me and me having to do it. She'll be like, face-off coming up. It's a bit of a spoiler. Like, she doesn't even say spoiler alert. Ooh, that's a big boy hit. Big boy hit by Noah Juleson. Woo! Man, he's been good for Myers. Good on Vancouver. This is just a damn good hockey team. I think, here we go. Oh my God. Vancouver okay. Fourth line's been playing great. We need a goal here. We have 45 seconds to get a goal here. This is insane. Okay. Here we go. Zadorov racing down. Oh, okay. Right off the pads. I like Zadorov's. Oh my God. Oh, no, come on. Dakota Joshua almost got his third goal of the series. Man. Maddie just said this is a hard watch. It's a heartbreaking watch. Nashville fans are loving this. They have to be loving this. You can't not love this. Barry Trotz, this is his Christmas. Oh, big hit by Juleson on Evangelista. This is Barry. You want to get Barry Trotz something great for Christmas? Give me a good defensive game with no shots. I want to be bored to tears, and I'm going to go home and watch paint dry. That's Barry Trotz for you. Oh my God, it went off the post. So we almost got our goal. Man, Dakota Joshua, what a Nightmare LLC, worst sports parent, Paul Marner or LeVar Ball. I think that's unfair to Paul Marner, guys. I know that he's not the most popular person in Leaf circles. But and I know about the documentary. We've seen the documentary. But I think that's unfair to put him in the same. And you know what? I don't agree and would not do the same things he did based on that documentary, the CBC one. However, I certainly don't love what LeVar Ball did. He was LeVar Ball. Like, has Paul Marner ever stepped into the spotlight and tried to take the sun away from Mitch? No. That guy, he was there for every game, every practice. You know, I'm LeVar Ball was like, okay, my kids are going to make the NBA. So how do I make this about me? How do I become the personality? And it's like, dude, go away. Like, just be happy for your kid. Be there at the game, supporting them the way Mitch's parents are and the way Austin's parents are. The way that Michael Jordan's dad was there every game. Go and clap for your kid and go look at I'm so proud of you. Look at the amazing shit you did. Instead, you're doing you're going, no, don't sign with Nike because we're going to sell big baller brand t-shirts. Go away. And he did go away. You don't see him much anymore. Omar, what would you give Leon this offseason? Also, what GM would you hire if you're the Oilers? I'm shocked you never picked McDavid and Leon to stream. Yeah, you know what? The original plan was actually for me it was a split between the Oilers and Canucks internally. And the reason that we went Canucks is twofold. Number one, Nashville, and my take about them and U2 and it not mattering, and then Nashville going on that crazy streak. Jesse thought that would be hilarious, and he was right. The other thing is the Oilers games are on the same night as Leafs games. And so we figured, hey, we probably want to do alternating nights. So it just kind of made sense. And that's why we're doing that. Yeah. Adam, have you ever been on Prince Edward Island? No, you go to Prince Edward Island. You don't go on Prince Edward Island. And yes, I have. Saying that you're going on Prince Edward Island makes it sound like you're peeing on Prince Edward Island. That's what it does. Okay? Maddie says that's stupid. No, it's not stupid. That's what it sounds like. You guys think the Nashville winning. Your U2 take was 100% based. Thank you, JM. Appreciate that. Blast with Bella. Thoughts on Petty, number 40, my favorite player. Snake bit tonight, deserves 2 goals. He's been great. He's just such a phenomenal hockey player. I remember we were doing a hockey tournament with a gambling company called Leo Vegas before gambling was legal in Ontario. This was 2018 or 2019, and it was Matt Sundin's tournament. And as part of our deal with him, with this company, we got to interview Matt Sundin, who doesn't do interviews. And he sat in the dressing room after playing hockey, and he was great, real class act. And you got to remember, he was God for us growing up. And by the way, we're back in the game, 9:02 left on the clock. And we said, hey, Matt, you watch a lot of hockey? He's like, yeah. And we're like, what player are you most excited to see in the NHL the next few years? And he's like, you probably haven't heard of him, but Elias Pettersson. And he said it in the Swedish way. And he's like, watch out for him. He's going to be amazing. Mats knew. Mats was right. Here we go. Okay. Canucks with really good pressure here. You got the right guys out. Hughes, Roenick. You got the top line out. Besser, Miller. Here's Pettersson, speaking of. Making plays, taking shots. Oh, man. Maddie just said in my ear, this is unbelievable. Man, Nashville cannot get the puck. It's like they're shorthanded, but they will not let you get it on UC. They will not let you. They'll just line up like a bunch of soccer players holding their crown jewels and going, okay, shoot. It's like a firing squad. And there's Dakota Joshua being a factor again. This guy, man, that skill and with that size, scary. Shane Goslin, hey Adam, big fan since the episode Hello Nurse. I think that was 2016. I don't even remember what that was. So great to see how far this has come. Was radio your dream job until this was possible? Yes. Yeah, I think so. And I love radio. I loved radio. I love television. People forget I did television. Love television. It's just a very difficult time for those industries. And I would do a radio show in a heartbeat. I want to put the SDP on a radio station. Nobody thinks of it that way, but why not? Why couldn't it be? I just think that when you have the opportunity to do, we're lucky enough to have the opportunity to do what we get to do. I was 35 and I was thinking like, okay, I can go for this, or 34, I guess. I can go for this and try it and see where we get. Or I can spend the rest of my life wondering what would have happened if we'd tried. And so that's what we're doing. We're trying. And I'll tell you guys, like, it's not every day is easy. If there's any entrepreneurs in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. There are, but the shows are always good. The shows are always fun. It's a challenge, and it's a challenge to run a media company. It's a tough business. But I love it. I absolutely love doing this. The fact that I get to hang out here with you right now, it's like 12:30 in the morning, and there's, at least where I am, and there's 1,000 people watching. Like, how ridiculous is this? This is great. Pettersson. Oh, if Pettersson walks away from this game without a point, that's going to be criminal. Like, somebody should be charged. We are now at 28 total shots. The Colorado Avalanche, when I tuned in with 10 minutes to go in that game, had 31 shots by themselves. Maddie says it's almost time to clap. Here we go. Ready for a clap, unless 59, this linesman wants to be like, here we go. And that was a good clap, too. Oh! Almost. P24 Ray says it's insane how far Saros comes out for shots. Man, the magic of UC Saros is his positioning. That guy, when he's going side to side, the Leafs had Peter Mrazek. If there's any Detroit fans in the chat, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Peter Mrazek, you were like, I want to tie a rope to you or a bungee cord to you so you stay in the net, in the confines. And you see, as he always pushes off when he goes side to side, just the perfect amount. And he's always angling off shooters. And yeah, he comes out far because he knows how to angle off shooters. The guy is a positional genius. So much about goaltending is just where you stand. Where are you when the shot takes place? And he is always where you need to be. Hey, Adam, love you, even if you hate the Habs. I don't hate the Habs. Listen, I hate the Habs when we're playing the Habs. But I'm actually really excited about where the Habs rebuild's going. Just for the fun of it, I love storylines in hockey, and the Montreal Canadiens rebuild is fascinating. is Slavkovsky a bad pick, or is he a superstar, or did he have a breakout year? Is Nick Suzuki ever going to become a 90-point centerman? Cole Caulfield, how soon will it be before he scores 60 goals in a season? And then I'm excited for Reinbacher. I'm excited for Hudson. I'm excited to see what they do at the draft this year and where they land, because we still don't even know. They could get the first overall pick. I don't know. There's a lot to like in Montreal. I was surprised they traded Jake Allen, but they got a pretty good package for him. They need a goalie. They're gonna have to get somebody this offseason. Utah Dunes and Timothy Chalamet is the mascot. Hey, what's the word on Shane Wright? Is he a bust? I don't know. Like, guys, it's so funny that everybody wants to be the first to say bust. And I told you before anybody else. And there are guys who take until their mid-20s to be good. Like, look up Joe Thornton's first year. Look up Joe Thornton's second and third years. It wasn't until he was like 21, 22 that he became an absolute monster and then was like the captain of the Bruins. Yeah, like I think there are guys that it takes them a little bit longer. And don't forget too, these guys, all of them drafted in these years, are guys that had to go through missing a season of COVID. So you're going to see a lot of Vancouver just took a penalty and it's Quinn Hughes. Oh, and that's one that the refs don't want to call, but they have to call. That's a tripping call all day. All day. You got to remember that every team is going to have somebody who's like in the 6th round who comes out of nowhere, and it's because the development curves are all off. That is not going to correct itself for a couple more years too. Like it's you just don't know totally. It's starting to even out a little bit, but yeah, I think it's there's a lot of excitement around the draft. So Shane Wright, I don't know. I think he's in a good spot. Seattle had a bad year. They had a bad year. Like, is Seattle a bust? No. I give Shane Wright some time. A lot of people saying game over. Listen, Vancouver has a really great penalty kill. So at this point in the game, here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Vancouver scores a shorthanded goal. How do we get there? We need Zadorov to break up the play. We need Bluger and Lindholm to go 2-on-1 against UC Saros. And then I think it's going to be a pass across and then a goal. That's what I think. It's going to have to go high, though, because UC Saros is perpetually in the butterfly. Especially on something like that. That's what I think. People were giving Vancouver fans a lot of crap for celebrating in the streets the way that they did after they won game 1. And they'll probably give them crap after this game if they don't win. I am not one of those people. I love that stuff. I think you should celebrate every playoff win like it's your last. And for Vancouver fans, it was their first in like 10 years with people in the stadium. How can you not celebrate that? How can you not be just overjoyed and over the moon? I love fandom like that, as long as we're not turning over any cars or breaking any glass. Like, just people having a good time, vibing. The weather's good in Vancouver this time of year. Get out there. Have a good time. Piragon, I forgot Beauvillier was in Nashville. Yeah, me too. He had a weird year, right? Because he got traded from Vancouver to Chicago and then Chicago to Nashville. Yeah. And then he was traded from the Islanders to Vancouver last year. It's just a bizarre set of trades. But maybe he's found a home here. Funny that Nashville only bought that at the deadline, too. It's like, you know what? We're going to be fine. And look at that. They've made the playoffs, which I honestly I did not think that they would. And now they're 3 minutes away from being tied 1-1 with the division-winning Vancouver Canucks, who are loaded to the gills with talent. And I say gills because their mascot and their logo is a whale and has gills. You see? Smart. All right, Quinn Hughes back on the ice. Once Vancouver gains possession here and does a quick breakout, which is what they're good at, that goalie's coming out. Bye-bye, Casey DeSmith. I hope you enjoyed your evening. But Nashville's doing a good job forechecking here. They're going to need a change, both sides. They're going to need a change. I'm hoping Pettersson's feeling like he was killing off the first part of that penalty. I hope he's feeling ready to go because they're going to need him. There he is. He's out there. He's out there flying. Oh, whales don't have gills. Okay, well, whatever, man. Oh, yeah, whales through the hole in the top of their head. Sorry, I missed Shark Week last year. Quinn Hughes. All right, 2 minutes to go. All right, so the Canucks are loaded to the blowhole with talent. I like loaded to the gills better, but they're loaded to the blowhole. By the way, are you guys on TikTok? Are you watching the videos? Do you ever get into like killer whale TikTok where the killer whales come up and like take a bite of somebody's surfboard? That's freaking scary, right? Like they're apparently they're like taking out boats now. Oh, here we go. This might be it. Kyle Sherwood. Here we go. Goal. That's it. Man. Fourth line out there. Oh. Guys. Snakes don't have armpits. Hilarious. No, I didn't just say whales or sharks go for Brendan. They talk about more than sharks on Shark Week. Brendan. Have you ever watched Shark Week, Brendan? My wife's a big Shark Week fan, so every year we watch most of Shark Week. Okay. Yeah, I bet Nashville's pumped. You split it in Vancouver. I feel bad for everybody in Van who paid a lot for those tickets too. That the Canucks deserve better. They did. They deserve better than this. Like, what is this game? We just got over 30 shots. We were 31 total shots. And I told you, game one, Nashville played them the same way. Oh, wow. Okay. Jankowski's going right for it. They're making Vancouver play their game. And what's going to be interesting is on Friday night, when we get together for game 4 or game 3, in Nashville, it's going to be interesting to see what Andrew Brunette does with last change, like how he's going to be able to line match, and if that even makes a bigger difference for them. Because I mean, it's like, oh, who do you want to line match with? Pettersson and Besser, and it's like the entire team can do it. The entire team's good at defense. By the way, Zadorov should not have got a penalty for that. That better be double minors. It's just Zadorov? Give me a break. Come on. This is the Stanley Cup playoffs. What are we talking about? What are we doing? Boo. Boo this man. I bet that linesman called it. I know linesmen don't call penalties, but I bet it was 59. There he is. There's 59. He's going to drop the puck, and then he's going to fake it. Here we go. Going to do a clap. Oh, okay, we got it. He actually dropped it. 781. I guess we're not getting grippers tonight, kids. But there's always Friday. Let's get crazy. Oh my Josh. Friday night date with Adam Wylde. Will we see grippers? Well, we get to 1,000 likes. You might see some grips. Here we go. Ooh. Like, it's kind of nuts. Jesse, time to do the wave. Stop it. Jesse Blake. Jesse's just in the chat, just bothering everybody. Okay, we're doing the wave in the chat. I need to get a wave graphic on this, by the way. How do I get one of those where just a wave comes across? Look at all the waves going in the chat. Yeah, he is Jesse when he wants to be. Good troll. Real good troll. Maddie just called Jesse insufferable. Can you believe that she said that about you, Jesse? Can you believe it? Wow. It's giving ungrateful. Preds in 5 unless our demon child Demko is back. I don't think DeSmith was the problem, guys. He had 3 goals scored against on redirects, and 2 on redirects and one on a rebound. Demko's not the problem. 32 blocked shots for the Predators. 32 blocked shots. I don't know what you do about that. What do you even do? Like you got to try it because they're trying the cross pass across the ice. Vancouver Canucks are with, and the Predators are just not moving. They're just going, okay, you can. Oh, I'll just kind of shift over here. Okay, oh, you're gonna do that. Oh, I'll just kind of shift over here. I don't know. Adam, do you think the Canucks are a potential first round exit without Demko? I mean, sure, but I didn't see anything from Oh, look at this. Canucks fans getting up and cheering for their team after the game. I love that. I love that. They're still supporting their guys. That's not a Bronx cheer. That's Canucks fans being awesome. I love that shit. Toronto fans are so past that. They're so past that shit. I love that. Good for Canucks fans. Oh man, Quinn Hughes looking more pissed off than usual. He has kind of a resting sad face, but you get the sense tonight he's not happy about what happened. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the Canucks did a bad job tonight. Like, what do you say? You go into the dressing room if you're Rick Tocchet, and you go, we're gonna have to do something about the block shots, boys. We're gonna have to figure out a way to get their forwards to bite when we're passing it back and forth. We're gonna have to figure out a way to open up some lanes to get Pettersson more one-timers or Besser more one-timers or JT Miller with some tips. We got to figure out a way to do that, but we had all the chances in this game, and they just didn't go in. Dakota Joshua with the post, Pettersson with a post and one, like, he should have scored on that the one-timer in the first period. This game could have easily been 5-4. Easily. Somebody said JT Miller is about to go ballistic. I don't know. Do you think he is? I think if you walk away from this game, you're not loving that you lost, but you can't be down on yourself. It's a game. It's the playoffs. It's very rare that you ever get a sweep. So I don't know. Amazing Kook says, Game 2 between Nashville Vancouver is the first time since November 10th of 2019 that both teams had less than 20 shots each. It was Vegas-Detroit, with Detroit winning 3-2 in that game. It was Vegas-Detroit? Detroit made the playoffs in 2019? I don't think so. It was Vegas-Detroit with Detroit winning. Is this any game? Oh, November 10th. I'm an idiot. Boy, it's close to 1 a.m. here. Sorry. Let me start this again. Game 2, Nashville, Vancouver. First time since November 10th, 2019. Dummy, Adam. That both teams have had less than 20 shots each. Vegas-Detroit. Detroit won that game. This is a dying breed of game. You're absolutely right. You don't see this in the NHL at all. And my concern is that we go back to the dead puck era where people look at this and they go, oh, okay, we don't have to be good at hockey. We just need to play lay down in front of the puck hockey, which almost killed the game. I'm going to save that stat, by the way. Amazing Kook. And I am going to put that on the show. Amazing Kook. I'm writing it in my show notes right now. I'm putting that in the show. That's going in the show. We're talking about that. Listen, guys, I've had a really great time with you. Do you have any questions? We want to talk a little bit, or do you want me to go away? Do you want to go to bed? Do you want to lick your wounds? What do you think? What do you think? You can go ahead and shoot some questions at me. Got a couple more minutes here. I'm going to keep Maddie up, keep her awake. We are less than 200 likes from Grippers. Less than 200. Sorry, guys. According to Scouting the Refs, number 59 is Steve Barton. Listen, nothing against Steve Barton personally, but I want to know why he needs to stop, or why he needs to keep doing the puck thing. Nashville will not win another game. That's Robbie McNevin. You got some Sunker Grave. Smashville, baby. Robert, simply don't keep me awake. Owen, who is a VIP member, score prediction for the Leafs tomorrow. Usually when they come home, they're nervous. But I don't get the sense from that this year's team is nervous. They're far more adult. And I'm going to say tomorrow's game is 5-4. And I'm going to say it's the Leafs win. That's what I think. I think the Leafs win tomorrow. I really do. Michael Johnston, I'm really liking these watch-alongs. Glad you added them as content. Yeah, us too. I'm really enjoying it too. I love hanging out with you guys like this. And it occurred to me, like, I never really get to do this. Like, Steve's got his solo videos. Jesse has the Jesse Blake Sports Report. And I'm always doing a show with someone else, whether it's Alan or Tim on the F1 show or Jesse and Steve. So it's kind of fun to just do this and talk. By the way, you guys, you left us 150 likes short of gripper content. So Friday, we need to do better. So I'm going to let you guys go. Congrats to the Nashville fans in the chat. Canucks fans, you can't feel bad about this game. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. I want to do a big shout out to Justin Fisher, to Robert Malloy, to Maddie, and to Jesse the Troll hanging out in the comments. It's thanks to all them for being a part of it, and thank you to you. I'm really enjoying this, guys, and looking forward to seeing you again Friday. I hope you'll all be here, and we'll have some fun, okay? Let's go Canucks. See you later.